I'm still. You gotta have respect for that. You gotta have better respect for that. Why are we in slow mode? I don't know. Why are we in slow mode? Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, speaking of respect, chat. There is a video that has been floating around that has really had my interest, and I was debating if I wanted to watch it on stream or not. And I was like, you know what? I want to, because this is something I really want to talk about. It's called The Price of Self-Respect. This is an hour long, but I heard it's a really, really, really good video. And I know I'm going to have a lot to talk about and a lot to say. So I'm going to be honest, this is probably going to be a lot longer than an hour, okay? But I feel like y'all need to hear it too, and we have to have this discussion because a lot of shit is happening on Twitch right now with streamers, and I just, I feel like this is a good way to get off of my chest a lot of the thoughts that I've been having. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Ruckus, how could you possibly love white people so much?
It's easy. Have you ever looked at them? White man just a joy to be around. They smell like lemon juice and pledge furniture cleaner. And look at them. They gave us discipline, jobs, put structure in our lives, took us...
Oh my God. You might as well throw Tyrone Magnus up here too. I ain't gonna lie. You might as well throw Tyrone Magnus up there too, bro.
That's the jungle. And what we do to show our appreciation. We march up and down the street. We vote. Carry on. In grace.
Look, I don't know if you heard, but racism is officially over. It only took 4 centuries of state violence, exploitation, and mass incarceration, but we finally did it. Look, just don't celebrate too loud now, alright? They'll call it ghetto and unruly. This channel became dedicated to black media analysis because of my obsession with black art and entertainment. And I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but it's because it's damn near impossible to separate racial politics from how we as black people interact with media. It doesn't matter what form it takes, be it music, film, dance, poetry, hell, even something as simple as streaming or podcast.
And that's why I always hate when I talk about something and there's always like that one person that's like, why you gotta make it about race? Bitch, cause it is, okay? Even if it isn't, yo, come on now, it is. Shut up, bitch.
Casting. Every single expression of black media is shaped and contextualized by racial politics. Whether or not that was the creator's intention, and whether or not the audience even notices it on
Who did this video? The legendary Pill Boy. Bro, I'm thinking this nigga got like 1 million subscribers. Yo, shout out to Pill Boy. So far, the way this is structured, the way this is edited, and he's got Boondocks clips. I can tell this nigga know what he's talking about. I can already tell this nigga know what he's talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the like already. But the second I don't agree with your opinion, I'm disliking.
Surface, and I keep hammering this point in.
Also, I like the art, the little artist guy talking.
My videos, because acknowledging that reality isn't just important, it's inescapable. These politics don't just shape our art, they shape us. They affect how we move, how we operate, how we present ourselves, and even how we succeed. And that success is never neutral. It's directly tied to the implicit roles you're boxed into as a black person in our media landscape. Even those roles aren't why you're boxed
let me read
into.
it. The angry troublemaker often complains about the status quo of American society. This is a threat.
Yo, sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to say love you guys. Going to see the Avatar movie today at 11 p.m. Got paid.
What?
Got no bitches, but I'm
Today's
okay.
Thursday. Oh my God, I'm seeing it tomorrow. The passive complaint may not complain as much, but still does not directly challenge the status quo. This is safe. There is no in between. That is facts, bro. That is facts. Yo, oh my gosh, chat. There's a lot I want to say, but I'm going to let the video cook before I say what I want to say. In American society, your success is directly tied to the implications, to the implicate roles you're boxed into as a black person in our media landscape. Even if those roles aren't wide open, they come with boundaries, expectations, and a silent set of rules. Chat, I've seen, like, ever since that it was this moment when I was going back and forth with XQC about how he said he didn't like the Super Bowl halftime show because it shouldn't be a puzzle that he has to figure out. And I was like, it's not a puzzle to people that understand it and that are, you know, in that culture thing. And when I said that, people were saying that that all I talk about was race, and I'm one of those people who just, yeah, I was basically a threat. I was the angry troublemaker. I was in this category, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, I would much rather be in this category than be the person who's just doesn't say things, because I want people of all kind to just like me and not have a problem with me. Fuck it.
As a black person in our media landscape, even those roles aren't wide open. They come with boundaries, expectations, and a silent set of rules. You end up walking a really scary tightrope, one that forces you to balance your authenticity against white comfort. Lean too far into honesty and you're branded angry, radical, or ungrateful. Pull back too much and you're seen as safe, at the expense of hollowing yourself out to fit inside an acceptable comfort zone. So what do you do when you're in that position as a black person navigating these spaces? Do you play by the rules, sanding yourself down just enough to fit in? Or do you push back and risk being branded as too extreme? Well, there's always a third option, one that pays well, works every time, and never fails to get applause.
True. Hold on. You, sir? I see why this video was sent to me, bro.
That's right, kids. You can be a...
God, you scared me. Okay, hold on. I liked it, bro. I even like these visuals.
That's right.
Hold on, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, I'm so glad this worked. Is the easiest trick in the book. See more on page 10. Man, I'm excited for this conversation.
Kids, you can be a...
I'm not gonna lie, I can't believe that, like, and it's like, I know people see it as like, it's just innocent. Look, you gotta think about how this looks on the outside, and you look at the comments and they just laughing and like LMAO and da 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 da, and that shit gets me the same way too. It's like, yo, you gotta realize and step outside. Just because it makes you popular, just because it's getting a lot of views, doesn't mean it's always the best way to go about. It's not the best way to go about things. Yeah, this
Black
nigga.
Americans do not know how to resolve basic conflicts.
Being a is an easy way to secure a bag. It's the oldest hustle in the book. Trade your people's dignity for a seat at the table, even if that seat is just for show. And in a media landscape where white comfort is currency, nothing pays better than telling racist white folks exactly what they want to hear and showing them exactly what they want to see.
I want to tell every single African American person that's watching this video, you are not oppressed. Do not believe the lie. You are not a victim. You are a victor.
And that's why it's important to be precise here, because it isn't just an insult we throw at another black person we don't like or disagree with. It has a very specific meaning. Is a black person who deliberately performs or promotes harmful stereotypes about their own community, not out of ignorance or passivity, but as a deliberate act to gain approval, protection, or profit from white audiences and institutions. It doesn't matter the decade or the time period. White institutions reward it, white audiences eat it up, and the system is built to amplify it. It's effective because it props up the same lies that keep racism alive, validating and
I'm not gonna lie, y'all definitely have to watch this video again and like just read this little stuff. I'd like, oh my God.
Entertaining racism while reassuring those in power that nothing really needs to change.
Also, I just want to say something, like, just because a black person speaks up like or highly about black culture and things like that does not mean that they hate other people. Like, it's okay to like your culture and hype it up. Bitch, one of my favorite fucking action stars is Tom Cruise. Like shut the fuck up, nigga. Like, what? Like, why are we making this a bad thing? Like, oh my gosh, it's okay to love your culture and speak on it, especially when your culture influences so many other people around the world, bro.
Freedom ring from every hill and every molehill. And
yo, he's doing the speed. It's like he's doing the speed face. Like he doing the speed face. But yo, I can't. I remember when I seen this clip. I remember when I seen this fucking clip.
Mississippi, from every state, every city, every village, and every hamlet. And when we let freedom ring, we will be able to speed up that day for all of your children.
That's why it's so damn profitable. So long as racism exists, so will it. But that's what simultaneously makes it so dangerous. Because every time a tap dances and performs, it doesn't just reflect on them, it reflects on all of us.
Yeah.
Their words and actions become ammunition, recycled as proof that racism is exaggerated or that black struggle is self-inflicted. And since so much of depends on white approval, it almost always gravitates towards conservatism. The politics most invested in pretending racism is over and inequality is just about personal responsibility.
You know that white...
Now look, let me just say this. All right, let me just say this. Your opinion on whatever political shit, that's your opinion. Like, y'all know I don't be getting into the political shit because, like, bitch, I seen how niggas act over a Cardi album. Okay, I'm not on this political talk at all. So, like, as far as that stuff go, bitch, it's not my whatever the fuck.
White supremacy and white...
But also at the same time, I'm talking about literally politic shit. All right, talking about black, like talking about black history and black culture is not political. Make sure we don't confuse the two, please. All right.
Nationalism is ranks nowhere near the top of the issues that are facing Black America. And the reason that you are bringing them up in this room is because it is attempt to make the election all about race as the Democrats.
Not in my case. That's what makes a so valuable to white audiences. They get to see a black face echo their talking points back at them, wrapping white comfort in black credibility. The more that caricature circulates, the more it solidifies until it hardens into policy, into prejudice, and into everyday justifications for inequality. Isn't just self-destructive, it's collective collateral damage. The individual cashes the check, but the community pays the price. Be it minstrelsy or political pundits, we've always looked down on the folks who choose to perform like this, and for good reason. But what do you do? In a digital age where these bad faith actors aren't confined to a single stage, but endless screens, what can you even do? Wait, combat this? Like that? Why beat them when you can just join them? Being a is easier than ever before.
It's 2018 in America. Does racism exist?
Absolutely not. And it has never existed.
Whoa!
It has never.
Whoa!
It's a made-up word.
People jump so quick and they tense up at the thought of racial profiling. It's so wrong, it's so wrong. What is marketing? It's profiling. That's what marketing is.
White supremacy and the KKK. Really? That's what you...
Elijah, thank you for the 5 get that. I'm gonna let her finish. I'm gonna let her go.
You guys want me to be concerned with this week? Do I look like an idiot?
As long as racism is profitable, there will always be a demand for some eager, happy-go-lucky Negro willing to sell it back with a smile, playing into...
Oh my God! What King Bach do? What King Bach do?
Negative racial tropes is one of the fastest ways to get paid, but
I'm sure he gonna explain some shit. I don't know. He chat. We still early. I'm sure. I ain't gonna lie. He probably gonna drop some shit, man.
Money doesn't come.
Oh my God! Wait. Do y'all remember the video where he wrote all the dead black people on his body in marker, and then he did the voiceover? He did the voiceover video. Oh my God. Oh my god. Okay. Let me.
Free. With it comes the cost of harming your own people, alienating yourself from your community, or worst of all, selling your own dignity. With that being said, whip out your tap dancing shoes and get ready to dive in. And together, let's find out if all the wealth, fame, and influence is worth the price of self-respect.
Let's think about it. Are there any white people in chat? Would you like me more if I said that black people are a nuisance? Black people, am I right, guys? Can't stand them. Please, can I get a sub? Please, can I get a sub? Black people, am I right? Tap it, tap, 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 tap it, tap, tap. Tap it, tap, tap. Why the fuck do I see a retweet?
Other folks talk about save me. Wasn't nothing wrong with slavery.
Why are you gifting subs? I'm not. Why did you just give me 5 subs? Okay, I'm gonna play the sound, but I'm gonna lower this. I'm gonna lower the volume. Wrong. Fuck! Son of a bitch.
At least we got good food back then.
As usual, before we get started, let's establish something. I want to further clarify our definition of what makes a person and why it's not always the same thing as a black person being conservative. As I'm sure there's some black conservatives out there just waiting to pounce on this video and cry with the whole independent thinker spiel. Being black and conservative doesn't by default make you a right there being a hell of a lot of overlap between the two.
Look at what Kodak Black said. Kodak Black is there's no way this happened a few days ago. Kodak Black is facing backlash after saying he's not mad about slavery and claiming that Africans should have never sold black people.
Black people, bro, we pussy as fuck, man. I know y'all from Africa too. I just hate the Africans who act like y'all better than motherfuckers and like we y'all Africans should have never sold niggas, bro. Bro, film people, bro. Why you think slavery go good, bro? I'm not mad at slavery, bro. Cause white people are enslaving people too. You know what, bro? Black people, bro, we pussy as fuck, man. I'ma say that. Ghana need me. I need y'all too.
Look at the color of this.
Stay on the man. I'm lit.
Look at the color. Look how.
I thought he was off the drugs.
Look kind of computer made this.
Yeah, man. That's flavor. All I had to see. That's it. That poor ass hill was all I had to see, bro. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna part this bitch with my thumb. And I ain't gonna lie though, that bitch tastes good as fuck though.
I always love how like the main argument against slavery is like, well, black people had slaves too. I guess it cancels out now. Everyone was slaves though. Okay.
Lies in intent and performance. There's a lot of black folks that favor conservative politics out of ingrained survival. Centuries of this nation's history have taught us that black dissent, resistance, or even just demanding equity is often met with brutal repression in both violence and policy. For some, leaning into conservatism is less about selling out and more about seeking safety, stability, or trying to navigate a system that punishes resistance. Mind you, this logic is still extremely counterproductive and harmful. There isn't any reputable data that shows that conservative policies benefit black Americans economically or socially on any mass scale. It just denotes how some of it can still come from a place of good faith. But a deliberately performs or promotes harmful narratives about their own people, not because they believe it in good faith, but because it buys them approval, protection, or profit from white audiences and institutions. They're not just conservative, they're performers. They're actively putting on a show, embodying roles that serve oppressive systems while personally benefiting them. It all boils down to their intent and performance.
Bro, they used to be so funny too, and then I literally don't know what happened.
It's deliberate, it's a show.
When I first seen them like that in that type of form, I thought they were like doing a parody. I thought they were like joking around and doing a skit, but then I like sat down and watched the video and was listening to what they were saying, and I was like, oh wait, they're dead ass actually.
So it reinforces racist myths, and most importantly, it's transactional. The individual trades dignity and community for validation and reward. That's not survival. That's a spineless, shameless spectacle. A spectacle that, as we're about to see, has no universal form. To kick us off, we're gonna dive into the main archetypes that like to perform, exploring not just how and why they're so lucrative, but how they ultimately do nothing more than benefit white supremacy at the end of the day. Looking to cash in your dignity for a few coins and a milkshake? Want to make white...
Not I show speed. Not I show speed. I thought he'd just be yelling and shit. Yelling and jumping around. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like there is some crazy things I've seen where where I've had to like click off sometimes where I see the clip. Like it was like just clips of them spamming that he's like a monkey in hard R and he like plays into it. But I don't know. I don't know, man. You know.
Folks laugh and hate you at the same time? Don't worry, I've got just the right pair of white gloves for you.
Enough is enough, and that's what I've had a abundance of.
Yo, I like this.
Every has a role to play, a mask that makes them profitable and entertaining to white audiences. And while there are many variations...
Format, that's the word. Or aesthetic. I like the aesthetic. Like, it's very, like... I feel like I'm looking through, like, a newspaper or comic or something.
The two most consistent archetypes are the jester and the knight. Different masks, same purpose. Whether they clown or crusade, both archetypes ultimately serve the same role, and that's reassuring white audiences that racism is either laughable or non-existent. First, we have the jester, the oldest and most recognizable archetype of the entertainer who survives by making a spectacle of themselves, often at the expense of their own people. At its root, the jester is a performer who embodies and exaggerates racist caricatures so that white audiences can laugh, feel at ease, and avoid confronting the realities of black life. And this figure isn't new. It stretches back to the minstrel shows of the early 19th century, where white performers would don blackface and prance around the stage mocking blackness, painting it as ignorant, lazy, and buffoonish. You know, a real staple of American culture. White folks just couldn't get enough of this shit. I don't know, it was like the 19th century version of Friends. Around the 1830s, we get Thomas Daddy Rice, who popularizes his character Jim Crow, a shuffling, grinning, broken English caricature of a rural black man. A caricature Rice himself loosely based on a disabled slave he had once seen. The caricature would soon become a symbol for black inferiority, so powerful and popular that the name itself would later be used to brand an entire system of segregation. But alongside Jim Crow, you also had Zip Coon, only this one was based on a city living dandy. While Jim Crow was a lazy, sloppy buffoon, Zip Coon was a ridiculous fraud. He was overdressed, misused big words, and worst of all, thought of himself as equal to white people. The joke was that no matter how hard he tried, he could never rise above his place. These two became the blueprint of the jester. You now have a role where a black figure exists only to reassure white audiences that blackness is inherently laughable, inferior, and unserious. From the very beginning, the jester wasn't just about entertainment, it was about control. Eventually, black performers themselves are pushed into these roles, forced to mock their own people just to gain access to stages otherwise closed to them. The costume changes with the decades, but the script remains the same. You see the jester morph into Hollywood, on the big screen with Stepin Fetchit and Willie Best.
What's your name? Dip on the time, bro.
Here's something to worry about. If you white, what you mean? They won't hurt us because we slaves. They fighting for us. But if you white and southern, then you the enemy. Oh, don't pay.
Is that the one girl that was like animal crackers in my soup? Yo, you know how many times I used to see that fucking commercial? Animal crackers in my soup. Shirley Temple? What the fuck? I did not know they was talking about this type of shit. Or is this something completely, is this another thing she played in?
Going
Them children get in there and hide.
On radio with Amos and Andy, and even in variety shows with Rochester Anderson.
Kingfish, you mean to say that you is an actual doctor? Well, I ain't been
That was another thing. Okay, I was about to say.
having it around, but I've been taking a correspondence course in doctoring.
He's the funny black friend, the clownish entertainer, the loudmouth comic relief who eases racial tension with jokes and dance moves. Different eras, different packaging, but the function never changes.
Oh my god, that shit went on for a while. The black friend, that's the comedic relief, that shit went on at least till like the 90s, early 2000s, probably early 2000s, for real, was when, and then it started slowing down a little bit after that.
Blackness was safe only when it was a punchline.
Man, every time we have conversations about race, it just makes me realize how trash the human race is as a whole.
It sucks, you know.
ImDOntai, please save us from this mess. Either the Torai or the aliens blow this shit up.
What the hell? The hell am I gonna do, bro? But like, it's just like, bro, when it comes to racist people, you just gotta ignore it, okay? And we just all gotta just be. That's why we just gotta be in our own thing, all right? Our own community. Fuck all the bullshit going on, you know, out there, bro. Who cares what they're saying? Who cares what they're talking about? Like, when we're here, when we're streaming, we in this stream, we're playing games, watching videos, bro. We're all just here.
From Baby Take a Bow to Curly
Yes, this is what I was talking about.
Top and Heidi, America's favorite little darling, Shirley Temple, has been entertaining us for generations. And now, through this exclusive TV offer...
Yo, did she get a bag? Like... Oh my god, I remember she was just everywhere.
Black people are tolerated as long as they keep the jokes coming and never demand too much seriousness.
They abused her? Oh my god, well, I can't even say I'm surprised. One, she's a child, and two, that was like in the 19 whatever the fucks.
Seriousness. Today, the jester thrives in the digital era. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, entire careers are built around parroting black culture for white clicks. Sometimes he leans into exaggerated AAVE or quote-unquote hood stereotypes for laughs. Other times, he positions himself as the safe black person who it's okay to make racist jokes around. You want an N-word pass? Don't worry, he'll give you one.
The league! What is he like there? He got a best league off all the... Yo, come on, boy.
Bo Ray, don't give a fuck.
Damn. Shit.
Nigga, please.
He might even make fun of real issues such as police brutality or systemic inequality, as if centuries of oppression, violence, and pain are nothing more than material for a punchline. It's how we get King Batch making an entire career off of chicken, watermelon, and crime jokes.
For a bottle of lotion a day, you can help these ashy African-American children. Please call now.
I made it out the hood, baby. Welcome back.
Okay, this is a play. This is a play on fucking those 90 movies, bro. Come on, bro. Come on now. This is different.
For the next 12 hours, all crime is legal.
Yo, the Heart of Kingdoms. Thank you for the 5 gifts. I appreciate you, my boy.
Good day.
It's how you get iShow Speed barking like an animal while also letting his non-black fans call him and make racial jokes at his expense.
What's this? This is cotton. Look. Cotton? Cotton. I never got gifted cotton. Y'all laughing now? Why did you give me cotton? Yeah. W give chat.
Open that shit. Open that shit. You gonna love it. You gonna love it. You gonna love it.
What's this?
You gonna love it. You gonna love it. You gonna love it.
Wait,
you gonna love it. Come here, motherfucker. Master, I'm tired of picking cotton. Please give me another job.
That's how you get all these tomfoolery ass niggas on TikTok eating food in
I'm just laughing because it's like, what even? The thing is, the game that he's playing, like even the situation that he's in, there's no reason to say it. He's just saying it to say it.
another job.
That's how you get all these tomfoolery ass niggas on TikTok eating food in a messy manner while dancing like chimpanzees.
Yeah, this is a bad look. This is actually like just a bad look.
Hell, this nigga is literally calling himself the Groovin' Gorilla. You cannot get any more on the nose than this. It doesn't matter the variant or the medium, in every form the jester's job is to turn blackness into a spectacle. He makes racism easier to consume because it's coated in laughter. And that is why he works. The jester works because he makes racism feel good. He doesn't challenge the audience, he comforts them.
Okay, chat, where does the difference between like clip farming and then doing this? Because I feel like some shit is just obviously clip farming.
Sometimes you do gotta laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
Shit be funny, but it gets to a point, gang.
Okay, I do like that. Sometimes you do gotta laugh at yourself, but it does get to a point. I feel like that's the best way to put it. Oh yeah, I don't know, man. Damn, this shit is actually kind of crazy to think about.
Instead of forcing white American audiences to face the ugly reality of racism and systemic inequality, the jester flips those realities into comedy. Pain becomes parody, suffering becomes slapstick. The cruelty of anti-blackness is softened, wrapped in laughter, and handed back as entertainment. The audience can consume stereotypes without guilt because, at the end of the day, it's all just a joke. But just a joke is exactly what makes it powerful. Laughter disarms. When racism comes dressed as comedy, it doesn't feel like hate, it feels like permission. You're not laughing at black people, you're laughing with them. You get a pass. Hell.
Yeah, that's when you know, the little kids start to insert their things. They think it's okay to spam like the monkey donations and fucking speeds chat and stuff like that because, hey, we're all joking. Yeah. Damn, that's real, actually. That's actually so true.
After all, the black guy telling you to joke wants you to laugh.
Yeah.
White audiences can laugh at caricatures of blackness without guilt because humor provides cover. And that thin veil of irony makes the jester effective, turning mockery into entertainment and entertainment into normalization. But the jester is only one side of the coin. We then have the knight.
That's another example of like when I was talking about the whole Kai shit with like fan and all that shit, and I was talking about their perspective of how people are looking from the outside of it. To a lot of people, they like to say it's just jokes. It wasn't that deep. That's why I went on and was like, it's not just a joke though. It's not just a joke to some people. It's not just a joke to some people, bro. Bro, this video came. I wish this video came a little earlier, bro. Holy shit.
Well, one is an entertainer, the other is an enforcer. Unlike the jester, the knight doesn't play for laugh, instead aligning themselves with whiteness and defending the very systems that harm their own people. They're the moral enforcer, preaching discipline, respectability, and obedience. If the jester reassures white audiences that blackness is laughable, the knight reassures them that the real problem isn't racism, it's other black people and their culture. Just as minstrelsy created the blueprint for the jester, the knight was born from slavery itself. On the plantation, you had slaves that were elevated above others, not out of kindness or merit, but as a tool of control, being rewarded with scraps of comfort for loyalty and used to police other enslaved people. You begin to see the earliest form of the knight, a black figure whose very survival depended on protecting the master's interests. After emancipation, this role transforms. White elites paraded formerly enslaved people who praised their masters as benevolent, framing bondage as a civilizing institution. For example, pro-slavery writers like John B. Gordon and James Henry Hammond eagerly published quote-unquote testimony.
What's his channel? Pillboy.
Sometimes laughing
I'm gonna link it in the
is
description.
how one copes with dealing with it. It's sad that even that makes racism less serious and more of an excuse for imposters.
Yeah.
Same with pedophilia.
Yeah. I don't know how people joke about like pedophilia and shit like that. Like, I don't know how that can be a thing, but I definitely understand as like coping with racism and shit like that to make jokes about it, but like that one dude said, it gets to a point though. It definitely does get to a point where you're saying the jokes all the time to where now it's acceptable in your community by all types of people to say, you know, this outlandish racist shit.
From freedmen claiming slavery had been a blessing. You also had figures of black colonization movements like John B. Russwurm and William Hannibal Thomas, who assured whites that black freedom meant separation, not equality. And on the more extreme end, you
the PDF jokes hit like, oh no, I'm talking about like the people who make like the pedophilic jokes, like talking about like joking about kids and shit like that. I can never understand that. That's what I meant. But I can understand like people who joke about like racism and shit like that. But now making fun of pedophiles, like, bro, that's just easy. Come on now. Come on now, bro.
Had physicians like Samuel A. Cartwright, who...
You know, this shit makes me think about how I work a blue-collar job. And when they say a messed up joke or do something I don't like and call them out on it, they tell me I'm getting out of line or I'm in the wrong for being angry about it.
That's the thing.
It's fucked up.
That's the thing. If you speak up about something, like, you're looked at as like the agitator. Like, you're coming off aggressive, and people's favorite thing to say, it's not that serious. It's not that deep, bro. Okay? It's like, I hate that, bro, when you talk about something. When you talk about something, it's not that deep, bro. Yes, it is. Whatever, though. Whatever, bro.
Promoted pseudoscience like drapetomania, the idea that a slave wanting to be free is a form of mental illness. He relied on black collaborators to validate his false claims about black laziness and inferiority. Those early versions of the Knights were nothing more than useful props. They told white audiences exactly what they wanted to hear, that racial hierarchy was natural, just, and even divinely ordained. By the time we get to the 20th century, the knight evolves into the voice of respectability politics. You see it in figures like Bill Cosby and Shelby Steele, who, while groundbreaking in some ways, also doubled as the poster child for middle-class assimilation, embodying the idea that accepting black humanity depended on proper dress, diction, and morality. In politics, you get Clarence Thomas and Thomas Sowell, two uncles whose influence came not from serving black communities, but from reassuring white conservatives. Thomas used the Supreme Court to gut civil rights protections under the guise of colorblindness, while Sowell built a career downplaying racism and blaming inequality on black culture and behavior. And in popular media, you often see the knight as a direct foil to the jester, the serious preacher, the disciplinarian father figure, the bootstrap philosopher who scolds poor black people while ignoring the systemic barriers stacked against them.
Yo, the only thing funnier than this was that time, that was definitely the early 2000s, late 90s. Of all the movies of the white teacher that goes to the hood and has a classroom full of hooligans. And only through her kindness and strength and courage do they change. Them shits used to kill me even as a child. I'm like, what the fuck? All these teachers here couldn't do this, but the second she come, now they're like, wait, everybody, let's hear what she has to say. Go ahead. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Shut the fuck up, man.
Today, the knight thrives as a commentator. He's the black conservative pundit on Fox News, PragerU, and the Daily Wire. He assures white America that police brutality is a blown out of proportion.
Yeah, that's what the label is the white savior complex. Is just like, damn, like, nigga, the only thing that can help you is this white lady, bro.
I was at a basketball
game. You not listening to nobody?
The white kids in the student section were telling the black players, get that yam off your face. I full body cringed. I had to ruin their fun because that was crazy. Unfortunately, it do be that deep.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, because if you say something about something that you may find offensive, then you're looking at it too serious, you in too deep, you're sensitive, you're soft. It's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. That's why it's like you're in that Venn. That's a Venn diagram, right? That diagram that he showed, you're either one side or the other. And it just kind of sucks that it's like that way. You can't just exist. You have to be one or the other. The one that can take the jokes and it's okay to be racism and you're the cool black guy, or the one that's like, all right, that's not funny and you're the sensitive one and you're soft and shit like that.
That systemic racism isn't real and that black people are simply victims of their own bad choices.
Stop resisting arrest. I don't know how many times we got to say that. I don't know why people aren't getting it. We shouldn't even be having conversations about police. There's no such thing as police reform and any of these things. If
you know what movie is fucked up when you look at it is The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I remember that. Yo, it'd be so crazy how it'd be people like this that try to speak for everyone's experience and twists it around and blames it on them for approval.
People.
I know that's not Christ. That's not. Oh my God.
People, white people, I don't care who you are. Mostly it's black folks. Why are we going to reform the police department just to end up shooting you again because you are resisting arrest, trying to run police officers over with cars? I don't know if do y'all think bullets cannot hurt you?
Is there a big problem with police brutality and black people? No, there's not.
My thing is, what do we do when we can't fight the system from the inside cause it's rigid, and we refuse to do what's actually necessary for actual change? It all feels like a lose-lose.
Yeah. And it's just, bro, with people like this, they always use the worst, they always use the people that are doing the worst thing as the overall umbrella for all situations that black people have when they encounter police officers. They use the worst situations for overall all problems that, and I just, oh my God, I hate that shit, bro. I hate the umbrella argument, bro.
Not from my point of view.
He's the YouTube.
Exactly. Your point of view. So how are you speaking on a whole, you literally just said it. It's all about experience. You can't relate to something if you haven't experienced or you don't even fucking care to look into it or have the... Oh my God, I don't even know how to explain.
I love how niggas like this say stop resisting as if it's an easy cure-all solution, like we wasn't watching niggas get murked without resisting anyway, LOL.
I feel like people that only see from their experience they don't have empathy. Like, you can't have empathy if you can't see from someone else's perspective. You can't.
Hello, Mr. Dontai. I am Officer Tatum. I am an Israeli and Trump bootlicker, and I'm here to tell you that man is lying. Everything he says is not true. Don't listen to him, please. Please, please. There is no racism. Officer Tatum out. Victory hand emoji.
Okay, you made me lose my fucking train of thought, bro. Empathy. You can't have empathy if you can't, like, I feel like these people don't have empathy because without seeing other people's perspective and understanding, like you're just a drone who only cares about yourself. You're just self-centered. You only care about yourself. You can't see other people's perspective. And, like, I don't know how you can openly talk about this on a camera in front of how many ever fans you got, bro. Like, holy shit, bro.
Grifter lecturing about quote-unquote black fatigue and how ghetto blacks are gonna get us all killed.
These black people are really struggling, and they're turning into these maniacs. It seems like they don't do anything right. They're obnoxious, they're rude, they're inconsiderate, aggressive, cruel.
I mean, I don't think he said anything racist. He didn't denigrate, he said...
I feel like we're in a heavy time of a loss of empathy, inability to come to agreement and understanding, and I think I'ma just start killing people. The internet has made all this worse, so I'ma just start killing people.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's not the answer. And if anything, I hope you're not black because, nigga, now you making it worse for us even more. You making it worse for us even more and proving their point. See? Look at what they do when they're angry. They don't know how to control themselves. Please, bro. Relax. Read a book, bro. Play Grand Theft Auto and get it out your system or write it down or some shit, man. Just relax. And I can't believe, like, these are the performative people. Like, they're for sure the performative people. Well, I don't see what he said was wrong. Okay, bro. Good for you. Congratulations. You're going to get so many likes on your video now. You're going to get so many likes and so many comments. Like, finally, some people understand. Like, oh my God, I hate how people get mad about it. Like, good job, bro. You did it. You did it, man. I hope it was worth it.
This is why people feel
He
that
just
way
described
based on
the
these
other race of
things.
people. He did not describe. He described niggas, not black people.
I mean,
I think there is
said,
a big difference. I think that I've met a lot of black people and I've met a lot of niggas.
He's even the LinkedIn-style black excellence influencer preaching that systemic racism can be conquered with enough hustle and positivity. Doesn't matter what he wears. It can be a suit.
Chat, that state of mind is the reason why I see videos of it. It's just like a kid doing something. It's like some young kid doing something on TikTok, and he's labeled a YN. And then, like, the person who made the TikTok has to then come out and do a video, be like, well, when I said YN, I used it because, like, that's what they're saying on the other videos. I didn't mean it as, like, a harmful thing. I thought it, like, and it's because it's so normalized just to toss out YN when you see a young black person. Now you got people just using it for anything, bro. Shit is just stupid.
Or a hoodie. The performance is full and positivity. Doesn't matter what he wears. It can be a suit or a hoodie.
Nigga.
Performance is the same. The Knight positions himself as proof that black success is possible if you just follow the rules, and if you don't, well, that's your fault. His job isn't to liberate his people, it's to discipline them on behalf of the system. The Knight works because he cloaks anti-blackness in dignity. Where the Jester weaponizes laughter, the Knight weaponizes morality. He doesn't need to make white audiences laugh, he makes them feel righteous. By wagging his finger at black communities, he reassures white America that inequality isn't structural, it's personal. Racism doesn't have to be confronted because the Knight insists the real problem is us. And that's the trick. He allows racism to hide in plain sight. If the Jester tells white audiences, you're not racist, it's just a joke, then the Knight tells them, you're not racist, you're right. Every inequality becomes a morality tale. Prisons are full not because of over-policing, but because black men lack quote-unquote values. Schools fail not because of gutted funding, but because black parents don't care enough.
The worst part about it is they'll tell you to just be more like white people, and those white people they praise will still reject them. Ask how many of them got into that white-only community.
Exactly, bro.
I find it funny that when it comes to many other issues, when spoken upon it's seen as an eye-opening moment, but when it comes to something like racism towards black people there is always a high amount of pushback and but all well.
Because I think we're just at a moment where people are tired of hearing about black struggles or black whatever problems black people have. They feel it's super exaggerated. I mean, they probably seen it everywhere now. And you know, people are looking at it like, oh my God, like who the fuck cares? Especially if they're not in it or that culture has nothing to do with them. They're like, oh my God, here they go again. Like, is this all they talk about? Like, who the fuck cares? And it's like, I want to say I understand that, but I can't. I honestly can't, because I see what's going on around the world. And every time I see that type of shit of like kids getting blown up and shit like that, I'm not sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, like, why are we still talking about this shit, bro? Like, I'm not sitting there like doing that. So I can't say that I understand it. I'm sorry, I can't say that. I just can't.
Poverty isn't the product of wage theft or housing discrimination. It's
like if people have problems and you see a lot of people expressing those problems and it continues to be expressed by multiple different people, bitch, maybe it's because it's an actual problem and not a complaint.
Just laziness. The Knight takes systemic violence and translates it into individual failings, making oppression look earned and deserved. Now, these two types of may seem like polar opposites, but both the Jester and the Knight serve the same court. They divide the work of maintaining the racial order. The Jester turns injustice into entertainment, making it easier to laugh at than confront. The Knight takes the same injustice and recasts it as a moral failing, assuring audiences that inequality is the product of bad choices, not bad systems. Together,
two content creators come to mind. Low Tier God and Tyrone Magnus. Come to the front of the class, please.
Yo. Low Tier God is like, he be saying terms I never even heard of, like anthroploid and he just got so many terms for like just so much. I'm like, oh my God. Rog is a good one. I don't even know, like, if he looking up synonyms for this shit or what. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? These terms is crazy. And then Tyrone, man, that was one of my favorite YouTubers to watch. And, you know, I don't know what experiences he's been going through or, like, went through or whatever the fuck, but he is not the same person at all when I first started watching him. When I don't know what happened.
Low Show God genuinely put me onto some amazing slurs. Not saying it's not crazy, but damn, what a vernacular on that nigga.
I would have to agree. I would have to agree, bro. I'm like, damn, what? Like, can I don't even know if I can say these words that I like, if I can say it on stream. Like, holy shit. You should call him. I'm good, bro. There's some people you just gotta, you know, leave alone. I protect my energy. And I don't need none of that, bro. I wish the best for him though. I do wish the best for him though.
They work in tandem, softening the blow and then justifying it. 1 minute you laugh, next minute you're nodding your head in agreement. And this duality survives because it's profitable and useful.
This video is called The Price of Self-Respect. The price of self-respect, bro.
Platforms, corporations, and political institutions reward content that either entertains without threatening power or dignifies inequality as discipline. That's why the jester thrives in viral clips and comedy routines, while the knight is elevated in op-eds, think tanks, and news commentary. Both are monetized, both are incentivized, and both are rewarded precisely because they stabilize the racial order rather than challenge it.
Yes, and that's why I like. And I can't say the word I understand. I can't say I understand when people, because I don't understand. But I know there could be people who just, all they literally do is make everything about race and like, white people do this and white people do that.
It's Logan, can you watch this short clip also? I still haven't been unbanned. Get on that ASAP. Appreciate you.
Get on that. I thought I told them to unban you. But I know some people like do that shit every day. And I'm not saying it's a problem. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. But I do notice that the few times where I do talk about things and race comes into it, people want to label me as the person that's always talking about race. And that's, I always looked at that. I was like, is that like, should I be proud of that? Even though it's like, I don't know. It's like, should I be proud or annoyed? Because, I mean, I don't know. It's like you either stand for something or, you know.
I used to really care. I still
fall
do,
for everything.
But it got to be so much that I'm just like, I don't care. There's so many issues to care about. I can't actually do anything about it, and I'm just making myself depressed the more I think about it. Am I wrong for that? I just want to say thank you for using your platform for this.
Man, I just want to say thank you for anybody that's listening. Like I said, I'm not trying to make this about like white versus black. It's just I'm speaking on my experiences and things like that. So to anybody that whatever ethnicity you are, if you're just sitting here and just listening, even though you can't relate, or even if you don't care, but the fact that you're still here, I appreciate you. All right, I genuinely appreciate you. What the fuck is this that you sent me, Logan? Logan, this is why you get banned. We talking about some shit and you sending me nose shit. What is this?
Logan saying get on that ASAP to you like you a little boy while we getting radicalized right now is fucking insane. I will touch you, white boy.
Logan, why did you send me this?
The impact is real. That distortion of public perception shapes policy. When the jester normalizes brutality and the knight reframes systemic barriers as personal failings, the result is paralysis. No need to reform and no appetite for justice. In practice, this translates into underfunded schools, harsher policing, and the erosion of civil rights, all justified by the story that black suffering is either laughable or deserved. In the end, it's just like we said earlier, two sides of the same coin.
Is this like the term woke becoming a bad thing when it used to be a good thing?
One makes oppression palatable, the other makes it principled. Neither disrupt the system. And until the structures that reward these performances are dismantled, both will keep tap dancing to the bank. But identifying only take you so far. Let's say you see the harm, damage, and destruction this
and don't
causes,
say nothing or do
none
nothing.
of that phases you. In fact, you see how lucrative it is and want to make some money off
Okay,
it.
yeah, that's bad.
Well, you morally bankrupt motherfucker, I have just the news for you.
Tyrone.
This next section is going to teach you exactly how to sell your soul. I'm going to teach you step by step how to cook.
Hey, shit get bad, y'all stop fucking with me, I'll find some new people that will. I'm listening.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the only channel brave enough to talk about real issues in the black community. Today we're gonna react to More Sexy Red. Now I know we talked about her in 14.
Everybody wants to be a nigger until it's time to be a nigger. We are the most imitated culture and get the least respect. Go dribble and say these rap lyrics, but don't ever speak up about the injustices we have experienced since 1776.
And
we've survived it all.
And it's so crazy because like I felt shit like that where I have been talking about something serious that has happened with like some racist shit that's happened to me or some shit like that, and I've gotten the just play the video or next topic or next segment, you know, shit like that. It's just like, oh my gosh, like I get it. Some people, there's actually some people that's probably just joking and trolling, but bro, that's really how they be though.
Different videos already, but the views, oh baby, the views let me know you guys haven't had enough.
It's crazy how over 300,000 years of human evolution and there's still people hating on others cause of the color of
the
skin.
skin.
Like holy shit, I should not walk out of my house and get called a hard R or S word slur for Puerto Ricans.
The color of your skin, bro. The Black Infinite Money Glitch. Oh yeah, I'm about to abuse this.
If Massa catch me out here, I'ma get in trouble. I'ma teach you how to be one of the good ones. That way you get to sleep in a big house like me. Earlier we detailed how to spot a how they take many different forms and ultimately what their purpose is in regards to white supremacy. However, in this section we're gonna teach you how to, specifically how to be a knight, essentially what tactics they use and how they lure in moderate and more conservative leaning black folks. The reason why we're focusing more on the knight is because it's the more lucrative and harder to spot out of the two. See, the jester is obvious. He's loud, he's clownish, and 9 times out of 10 you can spot him shucking and jiving a mile away. But the knight? He carefully cloaks his rhetoric behind dignity, posture, and quote-unquote common sense. He disguises himself as someone trying to help black people get their act together, when in reality, he's just there to play on already pre-existing tropes. And that invisibility is what makes him just as dangerous as he is lucrative. So consider this your field manual, a little how-to guide for becoming the most lucrative form of coon, the bootlicker, the sellout, the uncle, the knight. We'll break down the 3 main steps of performance, the tricks that make it effective, and most importantly, the damage it causes. Because this hustle may help you get in the big house, but it comes at the expense of all of us still stuck in the field. First, we have step 1, gaining your audience. And you do so by playing into respectability politics. You need a socially conservative audience of people, folks that are
never give in to nihilism. There is always something you can do. Organize, educate, teach and mobilize. Even if it's just within your friend group or community. If you truly care, use your resources and platforms. When you give in, is when you lose.
Yeah, don't be scared to say something. If something bothers you, say it, bro. Don't be
Correction,
scared.
I said 1776, and meant 1619. And that's also just how much they have tried to write us out the story. We built this whole shit after they committed a genocide on this soil. Don't ever stop being a voice, my nig. We need ones like you in this space.
Like, chat, I get trying to like avoid some things because you know, you just want to be the entertainer. You just want to be the streamer. You know, you don't want the backlash. You just want to grow, right? But I'm sorry. If something's bothering me and it's a topic that like I just need to give, like I need to say something, I'm going to say it. And if race comes up, I'm not going to shy away from it because I don't want to be labeled as, oh my God, he always talk about race. Oh my God, he always make it about. I don't care what you think it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is, what it actually is, whether you like it or not. So all these, oh my God, the beautiful quote from fucking oh my God, what's the show?
Just wanna say,
Rick and Morty.
Rebuttal what you mean we. Whenever we bring up something positive in the black community, because they def will group us all together if it's something negative.
That is true though. That is true with the we thing. But Rick and Morty, I don't, your boos don't bother me because I've seen what you cheered for. So like, if I'm saying something and you're like, oh brother, da da da, bitch, I know what you spam W's to, my nigga. Like I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I know what you spam. What the fuck, Kappa or what the fuck, W lols. What, like I know. So I don't give a damn, bro.
Are quote-unquote fed up with the current state of black culture. They can be black conservatives, they can be black moderates with traditional values, hell, they can even be church folks. They just have to believe that the biggest barrier to black liberation is black culture.
What if we just fall out this bitch? Thoughts, chat? Always down for terrorism.
No, you're not. Shut up.
Just have to believe that the biggest barrier to black liberation is black culture. Your job is to feed their frustration by antagonizing the culture itself. Remove any sort of nuance from your argument. You need to frame hip-hop not as an art form, but as the cause of community destruction. That crime exists because of rap lyrics, not because of poverty or over-policing. You shame clubbing, twerking, block parties, even marching bands as undignified spectacles. Reduce them to proof that black people quote-unquote don't know how to act. You police language, paint AAVE as defective English rather than a legitimate dialect with.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, niggas love this shit. They love to use this shit on Twitter. I mean on TikTok. They love to use this shit on TikTok, but the second someone pisses them off, it's just yo, it's so crazy how much this shit is used everywhere on Twitch and everything, but the second a person pisses them off that happens to be of color, this nigga don't even know how to speak. This nigga don't even know, like, this nigga don't know how to talk. Like, oh my God, why do they always... You use the same type of lingo. You use the same type of lingo. You in there spamming gats and all this other shit. Like, yo, I'm not even gonna get... I ain't even gonna get too deep into it. I'm gonna let the video play because it's just like a lot of built up shit that I just ignore because it's really just an annoyance more than it is like something, oh my God, I need to speak about this. It's just like little shit, bro. It's like little shit.
History and grammar. You weaponize faith. This is the big one right here. Use scripture to shame black folks who don't fit into narrow molds of chastity or family structure. You police gender roles. The left wants to turn black men gay and trans. The left doesn't want women to be ladylike anymore. What you're deliberately doing is conflating self.
What's AAV? African American. It's basically slang. African American vernacular English. It's basically like slang.
Literally, Geraldo Rivera claimed that hip-hop is more damaging than racism. Lamau W. Kendrick Lamar calling him out for it.
Wait, what?
This shit reminds me of them blaming immigrants when they were the colonizer in the first place.
Bro said, ain't never heard that shit before. You literally are using it right now. You literally using it right now, bro. Yo. Yo. That niggas is so funny, bro. Yo, oh my gosh. But this, it shows that, like, even if you don't think shit is about culture, even if you don't think it is. You just not aware of it. So it's like, the way you speak is, like, that's what it is. That's why it's good to just make sure you, before you speak on shit or try to talk about shit, do your research around it and see why like certain things are happening or like why people do certain things. It's like, because when people say it's not that deep, it very much is. There's history behind it. There's a reason for everything.
Respect with respectability politics. They are not the same thing. Conservatism has done such a good job of blurring the line between self-respect and respectability politics that most folks don't even know the definition of the term. Having manners is not respectability politics. Carrying yourself with dignity and humility as well as showing respect to those in your community is not respectability politics. Black people have always held ourselves and each other with discipline, integrity, and pride despite centuries of systemic abuse. These are core values of respect found within almost every human culture.
Bro, the nigga we're talking to right now wants us badly to keep using the word ebonics instead of are they. Like imagine the word ebonics coming out a white person's mouth. I'd flinch. Shit is archaic.
I mean, like, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. It's a lot when it comes to this.
All this reminds me of this clip I saw a while back.
I swear if this is something unrelated, like a nose thing, I'm blocking you.
It's funny because all my life I've been told I'm not black. I'm a light skin, but like McDonald's chicken nugget golden brown, and because I speak more proper, I had a co-worker 3 days ago tell me he doesn't count me as black because I don't speak black.
Oh, brother, I got some news for you, man. The way I talk, the tone at which I talk, my voice used to be way higher too. People love to put me in a box of like, I'm not really black. I talk too white. I haven't gone through anything. I haven't dealt with like. I have been put in every generic box that you can think of because of how I speak, because of how I pronounce all of my words and the syllables and shit like that. It's been annoying since fucking high school, man. Oh, you speak so proper for what? For what? Like what? Like why does that surprise you? Like I hate.
I'm so sorry, but Chicken McNugget contrast is crazy. Crying face emoji.
I hate how even with black people though, which is what we gotta stop doing. If someone speaks proper, you say they're talking white. No, they're speaking. They're educated. Why does when you speak proper? Why is that only allocated to a white thing? Niggas can do it too. Fuck. It's called going to school.
When I first started watching you, voice was high pitch. I thought you was gay. My bad, Ty.
Yeah, that was another one. If it wasn't that I was speaking white, is that I was gay. I was speaking gay. I don't know. I think it's because sometimes I drag words, like when I finish it. So like, I mean, I guess that's like a gay thing. That's a gay thing. Because only gay people drag their words at the end. Oh shit, it's unmuted.
Yes, about half of all prisoners are black. Exactly. So blacks commit more crimes than whites do. They commit more murders, they commit more arsons, they commit more kidnappings. For example, blacks are 13% of the population and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Okay, let's talk about it. These are obviously racist claims, but I will respond to them as if Charlie Kirk were a reasonable person.
Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population. Yes, about half of all prisoners are black.
Wrong. Just 38% of America's prison population is black. That's according to the U.S. government. But it makes you wonder why Charlie feels the need to add an additional 12% to the black prison population. Could it be because his bigoted talking points only work if he exaggerates them? If Charlie were actually looking for the race that makes up half the prison population in the U.S., he'd look no further than white people at 57%.
Exactly. So blacks commit more crimes than whites do.
Wrong. The word so is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
Exactly. So blacks commit more crimes.
He's saying so, as in therefore, as in one could conclude, but Charlie knows he's lying. Even if he hadn't just lied about the black prison population, Charlie is smart enough to know that correlation does not equal causation, but he's hoping that you don't know that. So he deploys the word so to make you think he's coming to an obvious conclusion.
Exactly. So blacks
instead. I used to not look at race and skin color when I was younger. Everyone is equal. I'm Islander, but as I got older, reality set in and this shit, life, revolves around race, sadly. I mean, look at how our country is being ran and the divide it's causing.
That's why it's always so baffling to me and funny when people be like, it's not about race. When this whole conversation, like the conversations wouldn't be had about this shit if it wasn't for that very thing.
He's making an illogical, racist leap. Charlie knows that we don't have usable data about who commits crimes. It's impossible to have that data since so many crimes go both unreported and or unsolved. Charlie knows that we only have data about arrests and convictions. I'll come back to that data in a moment. What's painfully obvious is that Charlie Kirk isn't interested in understanding the statistics he so carelessly misquotes. He's interested in making bad faith arguments. Something that becomes even more obvious in his next point.
Blacks are 13% of the population and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Wrong again, and loud this time. If Charlie were interested in honesty, he would have mentioned the other 1350 statistic. Yes, black people are about 13% of the population, but make up 53% of all criminal exonerations. In fact, black people make up 55% of all murder exonerations specifically. Black people are more likely than any other group in this country to be convicted of crimes they did not commit. And then people like you have the nerve to parade these stats around as though they prove something. The reality is that you probably know these stats, but you leave them out on purpose. Because to bring that stat into this conversation would make some people think. And that's the last thing a person like you wants.
I mean, I have nothing to add to that. I ain't gonna lie. He kind of ate him up, bro. Yeah.
And not specific to any race or ethnicity. Respectability politics hijacks that concept.
That's crazy. I've seen a lot of the stuff that he would say, that Charlie Kirk dude. And it's just so crazy how people would justify that stuff. And then when he passed, how big of an imprint it was for people, like it, how much they uplifted him and rooted him as a hero. And I'm just like, damn. And it's like, you got to think now, as a black person who has heard all the things he's been saying, and you see people like, he was a hero, he da-da-da, he spoke the truth. It's like, I'm like, damn, I know your mind. This is how you feel. I know how you feel, bro. But it is what it is. Am I surprised? No, I'm never surprised. I'm just like, wasn't quite expecting it. Like, it was just caught me off guard a little bit. Like,
of respect
like,
and weaponizes it. It argues that if marginalized groups did a better job of adhering to the cultural norms of those in power, then they'd be treated with dignity and gain social acceptance. If black people just got their act together, if we all spoke well enough, if we all dressed well enough, if we all tried to be like the quote-unquote good ones, then we'd finally be worthy of being treated like human beings.
And that's where, along with that YN shit, took a bad turn. That's what happened with the whole quarter zip movement. Like, if you quarter zip, you're a good one. If you dress any differently, you're a YN. Completely, like, butchered the movement. Completely butchered the movement all to hell, bro.
Reframes manners, discipline, and...
Ain't that nigga Charlie Dick a meme now?
Humility not as basic practices for personal and community strength, but as a checklist for conditional acceptance into white society. You end up with a way for black people to blame themselves for their own oppression. What we need is a complete cultural reset. No more thug culture, but a nice, clean, pure culture. One that our freedmen ancestors would have wanted. If we don't give them a reason to be racist, then they won't be racist. The sad part is, those that adhere to respectability politics never ended up seeing how futile it is. You can dress the part, speak the part, and live your whole life trying to be the quote-unquote good one, but no matter how carefully you perform, it doesn't grant immunity from racism. History has shown us again and again, educated black people, wealthy black people, church-going black people, hell, even literal children, all have faced the same violence, the same exclusion, the same suspicion, the same hatred, regardless of how well behaved they are. MLK and Malcolm X.
It don't even matter about experience either, bro. Oh my God, y'all seen the outrage about like pilots? If a pilot's black or something, they up out of there.
were literally murdered in suits. It didn't save them. It didn't save the residents of Tulsa. It didn't save Amantic Bradford Jr. It didn't save Philando Castile. It didn't save Elijah McClain. It didn't save Atiana Jefferson. It didn't save Botham Jean. It didn't save Henry Louis Gates Jr. It didn't save Christian Cooper. It didn't save Tamir Rice. It didn't save Sandra Bland. It didn't save Patrick Lyoya. It didn't save Jamel Robertson. It didn't save John Crawford III. It didn't save Ralph Yarl. It didn't save Keith Lamont Scott. It didn't save Corey Jones. It didn't save the Charleston 9. It didn't save the Buffalo 13. It didn't save Ayanna Stanley Jones. It didn't save Sean Bell. Every one of these people dressed quote-unquote properly, quote-unquote spoke properly, worked hard, followed rules, complied with police, achieved higher education, avoided quote-unquote street culture, lived
yet, and this is like he said too in the video, or it was actually a donation about the we thing. They use George Floyd as an example for as an umbrella. Well, he was on drugs and da da da. This nigga literally became a meme. Like, he literally became a joke. It's these cringe niggas profile names on games and shit like that. It's just it's a clown show out there, bro. It's a clown show.
And operated exactly how respectability politics demands black people to. They all quote-unquote had their act together, and yet were still surveilled, demonized, displaced, beaten, arrested, murdered, ignored, or destroyed. It's a permanent shifting of the goalpost. Respectability politics doesn't shield us, it simply shifts blame back onto the community when the oppression persists. But because respectability politics has been conflated with self-respect so well, you got niggas willing to go to war to defend it without even knowing the real definition. So you're just telling me we should let these folks act like buffoons? We should just let this degeneracy exist? You can't tell me it doesn't make us all look bad. Not realizing that this logic right here is the problem. Nobody here is arguing against discipline, integrity, or accountability within our communities, or holding members accountable when they disrespect others. There's countless times where we've called out disrespectful, degenerate shit, especially when it disrespects our ancestors. What we're rejecting is the idea that black culture is the reason why racism exists. That logic is ass backwards. White supremacy didn't appear because black folks quote-unquote didn't know how to act right, and it damn sure isn't disappearing if we all magically did. And let's be clear, every community has its degeneracy, especially white folks. Wall Street executives snorting coke, country music festivals, NASCAR, white frat parties, spring breakers, rodeos, Fred Durst, motorcycle rallies, January 6th, Eagles fans. But no one ever says those guys represent all white people, or that white respectability depends on silencing those behaviors. Only black folks are told that a few people's buffoonery condemns the whole race.
Fucking facts. Chat. I remember when I talked about the fan shit, and it's so crazy because I didn't even talk about I didn't even say anything crazy. I feel like I didn't say anything crazy in my opinion, but there was like a lot of comments that be like, they were using the word they when they were talking about Ty Lil. Like, they're always mad, they're always agitated about something.
Like DI pilots can start flying planes by simply walking into the airport. Shit was ridiculous.
It's always like, it was always bundled, and I'm just like, you are only proving my point. You're literally only proving my point. And it's at the point where I've experienced so much racism during streaming, like while streaming and doing YouTube and shit like that, that it's just like, it's nothing. It's like I'm sadly numb to it. And I don't think that's a good thing. It's a good thing, like, in terms of streaming and doing YouTube, because like it doesn't bother me. So like it's not gonna change nothing. You can call me whatever you want. Now that shit don't matter. But at the same time, it's like, I don't think I should be desensitized to be calling it and being called a monkey and all this shit. Like, I shouldn't be desensitized to that. But it's happened so much that it just don't affect me. It don't affect me. Did you react to the Iron Mouse I seen the Iron Mouse shit, bro. I don't even like. There's nothing to even be said, bro. It's whatever, bro. It's what it. I think I did say something about it though, but I don't think it was like posted or something.
That's not moral concern. That's anti-blackness.
There's something going on with black people right now. It's like a civil war going on with black people, and there's two sides. There's black people, and then there's niggas. Yo, if you haven't seen this, you gotta watch that. You have to leave this.
When you make the argument that we're the real black people, not those niggas, it doesn't shield you from racism, nor does it help the community.
Yeah.
All it does is affirm a racist fantasy where they are the standard, and we are the ones that must constantly perform to disprove inferiority. And even inside that fantasy, you're not treated as an individual.
Like, you shouldn't be trying. This is the thing. You shouldn't be trying to fit in. You are a human. We are all humans. We should already just be together. Like, why do we have to fit in? We are already all humans. Like, that's the main thing I don't understand.
You're just the designated responsible black. The one white people think should help manage and discipline the quote-unquote ghetto inner city blacks they've already decided are beyond saving. It doesn't grant you respect. It just assigns you a different role in the same racist hierarchy. You not liking Sexy Red is one thing. You thinking she's tacky or trashy or vulgar, cool, that's fine. You have every right not to like her. But the minute you start blaming folks like Sexy Red as the reason why we can't get ahead, that's some shit. See? This is what's destroying our people. Not crime bills, not redlining, not mass incarceration.
Chad, that's equivalent to like GTA kills people.
To lump you in a group with Tylil Nem. Not to act like you're better than any other black streamer or anything, but the fact that y'all got lumped together in the first place is crazy. Imagine lumping MF like Asman with Jinxed CBC, they both white.
This and this is the main, like, this is where you lost me. LSF. I don't give a fuck about LSF. I'm not saying you think I do, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't even know niggas was still on that shit. Like, what? We still talking about LSF in 2025? What's LSF? Bro, that's basically where the Pogger streamers go to watch a recap of shit that happened throughout the day or some shit, throughout the week, of clips on Twitch. That's where live stream fails. That's where the Pogger niggas go. I don't give a fuck. And that reason alone, the reason, I didn't even know that was a thing. First of all, because one, I don't be on Twitter because it's just, oh my gosh, it's just straight full of negativity. But LSF, would it be even worse? Like, you just basically going just to see whose day was the worst. Whose day was the worst?
Balloons and booty shorts. But here's the wildest and most disturbing irony.
LSF is still huge. It's just W streamers that aren't tuned to it. Okay, good for them.
The people who cling to respectability politics know the double standard exists. They know black people are forced to quote-unquote perform good behavior so one person's mistakes doesn't condemn the entire race. They know we get collective punishment while white people get treated as individuals. They'll even tell you plainly, look, that's just the way it is. But instead of questioning the system that makes that logic possible, instead of asking why black humanity is treated as conditional in the first place, why over 47 million people have to be collectively judged by the actions of a few, they turn the burden back on the community. They disguise it as accountability. They defend the double standard. They try to enforce it. They blame black people for the weight of that racist expectation. And that's the trap. The moment you accept the idea that the entire race lives or dies based on the behavior of the loudest, most foolish, ignorant among us, you've already agreed to an anti-black worldview. You're no longer challenging racism, you're helping enforce its rules. Respectability politics doesn't fight the system, it just tries to bargain with it. It tells us the world is anti-black, so let's contort ourselves into whatever shape offends whiteness the least, even though that shape has never protected a single black life. If we don't give them a reason to be racist, then they won't be racist.
It's always gonna happen. It don't matter. At the end of the day, you're gonna be seen as a nigga, bro. You're gonna be seen as a nigga. Like, even me right now, someone doesn't know me. They just see my tattoos and that I have on this fucking cap to protect my hair. I'm a thug. I am a fucking thug. Oh my god, I'm a thug, and he's gonna fucking rob me or some shit, bro. He's probably a demon. He probably smokes weed and drinks alcohol and fucking all that shit. Bitch, I'm on Patreon watching fucking anime. I'm on Patreon watching fucking anime, bro. Shut your bitch ass up, man.
Step 1 is simple. Play into respectability politics using your platform to police other black people. You become the mouthpiece for white supremacy, repackaging its talking points in a quote-unquote community concern wrapper. Instead of challenging the system that dehumanizes us, you redirect the blame onto your own people, saying the problem...
Okay, I don't know if this person is a troll or not. Yeah, he's a troll. You remember something before? It's not because he was black. It's because the pilot were chosen by diversity. Oh, you're a DEI guy. You're doing too much. This isn't the 1950s. You are literally the prime example, bro. You are literally the prime example, bro. Okay, so mom, get the camera. See, and it's so crazy that it's sad that you feel this way and fiend so much. Hold on, I'm gonna. It's crazy that you feel this way and fiend so much for attention. Got all this energy towards niggas, but is here watching a black person dick riding, bro. Dick riding this said black person. You are a fan. You are a fan of black people, and that's all it is. It's okay, bro. Like, bro, stop. Like, stop. If there's something about black people you can't stand, why do you keep watching them? Why are you using the lingo? Why are you trying to dress like them? Why are you listening to the music? Why are you in the space, bro? Come on, bro. Do better than that, man. Do better, bro. Oh, it's probably muted for copyright. Oh, wait, no. I forgot. I turned down the volume. Oh, shit, because the donation. Hold on, let me go back to what you said. My bad, brother.
If a white guy comes up to you and is like, fuck these white people, they're tripping the fuck out, I'm one of the good ones. Would that be a white person be a white raccoon? Lol. Playing devil's advocate.
I mean, there's those certain people, like the certain white people who kind of do the performative shit. Like the one girl who there was this one girl who was very, very very, very popular. It turned into a meme, who had like Black Lives Matter or something, and like was going like this, and each time it was like a different name or some shit. It was just like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? It's just like some shit is just, you can't tell if it's genuine or just, I don't know, bro. I don't even know what you call that shit.
Instead of challenging the system that dehumanizes us, you redirect the blame onto your own people, saying the problem isn't centuries of racism ingrained into policy and thought, it's how we carry ourselves.
The thing is, there's a lot of people who eternally don't like the mention of black culture, don't even like that word, who don't like black people, but love what they provide for them. I guarantee like the most racist people I know about the screen, bitch, I'm talking. I know the most racist people probably watch the shit that got a lot of black culture, the most black culture in it, bro. The fucking, I'm talking about the fucking movies, the fucking sports and all this shit. But the second that person talks about anything about their culture, they're like, oh my God, I forgot I was watching a fucking, Jesus, just do the thing and don't talk about that thing, bro. Please, man. You're ruining this for me. You're fucking ruining this for me, man. And that's the shit where if people are like that, especially if they like watch me, I want them gone. I want them fucking out of here, bro. They don't want to hear nothing they talking about. They just want to see them do the thing that makes them laugh and clap, bro. You are not allowed to be a person. You are supposed to be an object for amusement. That is it. That is all.
This junk and the audience will come to you. However, that leaves us with step 2, preaching the gospel of personal responsibility. Once you've secured your socially conservative audience, the next move is to hammer home the idea that
I feel like low-key individuality is overrated. The need to be my own person, while good, gives way to people having different opinions and allows us to treat each other as if we're not all the same dust that came from the Big Bang. Does that make sense?
Let me go back and see what you said. I low-key feel like low-key is overrated. The need to be my own person while good gives way to people having different opinions and allows us to treat each other as if... Okay, so I get what you're saying, but at the same time, so you're gonna chip away at your own self so that you're comfortable around other people who have different opinions about you? That is not it, bro. That is not it. If you have to hide things that you feel, emotions you feel, maybe a strong opinion you feel, something you didn't like, even if it's like a story or like you disagreed, and you're scared of what of people will say back to that in disagreements, then I don't know. I don't think you should be moving like that though, bro. You should always be speaking how you feel. You should be speaking your truth, bro. I don't know, because that's when you just become a puppet of yourself. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I can't imagine living not saying the things that I felt just so that chat doesn't get mad at me and say that I always talk about this shit. What the fuck?
Problem black people face is a result of personal failure. Forget redlining, forget mass incarceration, housing, and medical discrimination. None of that exists in this framework. And
like, if people are talking about you and saying that you're always doing this, at least, bitch, you stand for something. At least what you're saying is getting to them. The message is getting out there. Whether they like it or not, the message is getting out there. Shout out to you. I appreciate you.
Instead, it's always about laziness, bad choices, and moral weakness. You know, personal responsibility. If step 1 was about performance, telling black folks to dress right, talk right, and act right to earn dignity, then step 2 is about internalizing failure when that performance doesn't magically end oppression. It goes from, if we act right, they'll treat us right, to, if things still don't get better after we act right, then we just didn't work hard enough. Your job is to use your platform to redirect every conversation about systemic barriers back to individual shortcomings. Use all the conservative talking points. If someone mentions housing discrimination, you pivot to, why don't they just save up to buy a house? If the cops shoot an unarmed kid in the back, you ask, well, why was he running away? Why didn't he just comply?
Right.
Crime, fatherless homes. Poverty, bad financial choices. You should have gotten to crypto. Every structural critique becomes a sermon about discipline and morals. That's why step 2 is so important for the grift. It doesn't just shift the blame.
Oh, wait, what? Hey, Dante, I know you hate this, but you think you can listen to new songs off Polo G? Cactus, I'm gonna go in with the assumption that you are literally baiting. You're literally trolling. You're just joking. You're just like homegirl's wife. You're just joke. It's just a joke. You're just a joke. You're not a joke. I'm just saying you're just joking. Okay. But even if you're dead ass, come on, man. No, man. Come on. Shout out to Polo G. Like, I really do want to hear. I hope it, bro. I don't know what happened with Polo G's last album. I think he's just trying to get something out, but I hope he really, back on his shit this time.
It keeps it shifted. It traps your audience in a loop where systemic oppression is never real. But
the last Dono was the craziest shut up and dribble ever.
Like, chat, I know I told y'all, I did say ahead of time that this video was an hour long, and I do have a lot that I want to say about this. So I did give y'all the warning, bro.
Personal failure always is. It's the perfect conservative alibi. If black people fail, then it's our fault. But if we succeed, then it's despite ourselves. Look, I don't want to hear about racism or history or systemic barriers. That's a victim mentality.
It's time to stop blaming everyone else but ourselves for our lives and our actions.
Please don't tell me you talk like this. Like, please don't tell me this dead ass how you sound. I hope this is a fucking edit, because now I can already see why you are how you are too, bro. Because I feel like there's two directions things go when you talk like this. Because my voice used to be high. It used to be high like this, not exactly like this, but it used to be high like this. And it's either used to, bitch, don't try to play me. I got bass in my voice now. It's either when people are saying all this shit about you, you either just lean into it and accept it as like, yeah, like I'm not like them. Like I know how to talk. I don't be using that slang and all that bullshit, Or you embrace like who you act, like who you are, like who you actually like. Yes, bitch, I talk like this. I fucking went to fucking school, my nigga. It got nothing to do with me being white or black. Bitch, I went to school and I pronounced the words the way they told me that they were supposed to be pronounced. How is this a white thing? It's an educational thing. But I think this nigga got bullied way too far and he went to the wrong side to where he's like, yeah, like I was with the good students while they were selling drugs in the back. Like, yo, what?
Damn sure can't help what someone does to me, but I control 110% of how I move forward. White man this, racism that,
no,
enough.
ImDOntai, he's actually gay, that's just how he talks.
Oh, then that definitely explains. Okay.
I promise you.
He's got a white man. He got some white dick and never went back. He got some white dick from a racist man that never went back.
Yeah, you either got a better mic or learned bass. Because I rewatch your older reactions and damn, what the hell was I listening to?
Keyword. Older reactions. I
like South Park news episode.
It was older I'm not gonna get into this with you. Okay, what'd you send me? Oh, South Park on this topic? I already know this shit's gonna be bad. What did you send me, bro?
Token, can I have a quick word with you? Look, Token, I know the guys are having trouble bringing this up with you, but well, the thing is, Token, we really need to revamp your whole TV persona. Huh? You see, Token, people really enjoy seeing African Americans on the news. Seeing African Americans on the
news. This fucking show, bro.
Not hearing them. That's why all African American news people learn to talk more, how should I say, white. Token, all the great African American news people have learned to hide their Ebonic tribe speak with a more pure Caucasian dialect.
Ebonic tribe speak. Do you see why the term AAVE is being used? Ebonic tribe speak is insane.
All the great African American news people have learned to hide their Ebonic tribe speak with a more pure Caucasian dialect. There's no shame in it, and I think it'll really help our ratings.
This is South Park Elementary closed-circuit television. And now...
Eyewitness Sexy Action School News!
Now for a look at the weather, here is Token Black. And Token, I hope there's no tornadoes headed our way.
No tornadoes, Eric, but interestingly enough, there is a low-pressure storm moving in over the Park County Valley. Should bring us some chilly days ahead.
Oh my gosh, bruh. They do not hold back.
The second you start focusing on yourself, your goals, your dreams, tunnel vision, and move forward, the faster life will progress for you and the happier you will become.
This is... I told you that Ebonic's shit had to die.
I hate this all. I hate it all, man.
Surely we just blame the Jews. Are you a Jew?
I just hate it all, Chad. Like, why can't we just all... Why does there even have to be a Poggers and a WL? Why can't we just all be streamers? Why can't we just all be people that stream? Why has it got to be a separation? Like, come on, bro.
Where you perfect the art of anecdote over evidence. I grew up poor and made it, so why can't they? Despite data and evidence showing that all the systemic barriers still remain. Black home ownership has barely moved in decades, despite wages increasing. Exclusionary zoning and land use laws still gatekeep black access, and black people still hold a disproportionately tiny share of institutional wealth and ownership across all industries. Don't worry though, a good chunk of your audience
streaming and black streaming, entertainment and black entertainment. Oh, brother.
Not to be parasocial, but shout out ImDOntai for being someone that I can count on to just be a good human in general.
Not in the eyes
also,
of
shout out the community
LSF.
for being relatively normal. Except for that mod ImDOntai was talking about earlier.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. But no, I'm glad it's like that too, to where, yeah, people joke around, but like, y'all will call out people if they're kind of doing too much. Like that one comment where the guy was talking about the Jewish thing. Like y'all will call out if someone's doing something OD. Like, yo, okay, that wasn't even funny. That you just doing too much. And bro, how you it could be, it don't matter who you are. Like, bro, if you gay, if you trans, if you white, if you black, if you whatever, just be a normal fucking human. Just be fucking normal. Okay, it's the second you're annoying or whatever the fuck that you get fucking dismissed out of here, bro. But at the end of the day, we don't, bro. I don't know, man. The shit I be seeing in other people's chats, if like a black person is on screen, they spam fucking certain emotes, and I'm just glad that's not a thing here. That you see somebody or a certain person and it's just like you disrespectfully do something to, you know, treat them, like make them feel away. I don't know. I just don't like shit. Shit. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh.
Que tal, hermano? Voy a ser sincero, no entiendo nada de esta video, pero me gusta tu gorra.
Yo, we're in America, and in America, we speak English. None of that fucking hibbly hobbity fucking uno dos shit. Okay, I'm so dead ass. Don't fucking play with me.
Isn't really looking for stats or proof.
Yo, I'm joking. I'm literally joking, dude. Clip it. Come on, bruh. Chill.
To begin with, you elevate.
He said he likes your hat. It's not. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man.
Bootstrap fairy tales as proof that inequality isn't structural.
Tai, you're what we need. Chat, what do you think? Tai for president?
I wouldn't even want to. I would never touch anything political ever in my life.
This is why I will never respect Ross Avardin, no matter how much Rashid Thurman tries. Convince us he a cool guy now and he didn't mean it.
Wait, what?
What is your stance on white people being educated on black culture / problems? Would you consider that performative?
Being educated on black culture and problems? I don't see how that's an issue. I feel like no matter what race you are, you should be educated on things going on with whoever is fucking, like, whatever's going on. You should at least be educated on it. Whether you don't care, like, whether you don't care about it or not, you should still know about what's going on. Like, what? That's not just a white or black thing. That's a all over thing. I feel like a lot of people dismiss stuff because it's not happening to them. I mean, it's not happening to me. It's not happening in America. It's not happening in my state. It's not happening in my city. It's not happening in my neighborhood. Why do I care? But it's like, golly, you at least show respect and, you know, I don't know, man. Like, I don't got all the answers, but at the end of the day, everyone is all human. And that goes for everyone. You also can't be black saying how, like, yo, people are racist, but at the same time, be dismissive of other people's problems when situations happen and things like that.
This is why I love Pennywise. He kill anybody else racism. Y'all see those World Cup groups?
Pennywise don't give a fuck. Facts. Fuck with Pennywise. Pennywise gonna kill everybody. Yo, Pennywise killing kids. Goddamn, like, he really ruthless. But he don't discriminate age either wise. Oh my goddamn, that's kind of fucking crazy. Bro, how long until the next season, man? I can't wait to watch that shit again.
PP asking you to run for president and you've never even done jury.
Bro, don't even fucking bring that type of jinx to me. Knock on wood. Please don't even bring that. Don't even bring that energy my way, bro. Please, bro.
It's cultural. The genius of this step is that it reframes oppression as self-inflicted, absolving institutions of any sort of responsibility. It tells your audience that racism isn't systemic, it's just a glitch in black communities. And that's exactly the damage these talking points cause. It takes centuries of structural sabotage, predatory policing, discriminatory lending, underfunded schools, and reduces it to a matter of willpower. For black communities, you're hit with a double burden. literally. In 1903, Black American sociologist W.E.B. Du Bois proposed the idea of double consciousness. As a black person, you're forced to navigate the world twice over, once through your own lived reality, and once through the gaze of a society that pathologizes your very existence.
Chat, for example, when you go to a store, you go into a store and you grab something real quick, you pay for it, you just leave. Bro, I gotta go into a store and I get the feeling that I gotta make it known that I'm actually purchasing something. Like, I gotta make it known that, yo, I'm actually about to purchase something. I make sure I got my receipt in my hand with the item while I'm walking out the door.
You sure Pennywise ain't racist, GNG?
Yo, bro, like, that is double consciousness. Like, I gotta go in there thinking, like, you just gotta, you gotta think about that shit because, I mean, bro, like, you know, I got locks now. I definitely gotta think, I definitely gotta think differently, bro.
Respectability politics and the gospel of personal responsibility sharpen that double vision into a wound. Not only do you have to survive the realities of discrimination, but you're also told it's your own fault when those barriers stop you from advancing. The effect is absolutely disgusting. It erases history, isolates individuals, and weaponizes shame as a political tool. Worse, it gives the institutions a free pass. If poverty is reduced to just quote-unquote
ImDOntai after this trying to hop on Brawlhalla.
Did you Brawlhalla? I haven't played Brawlhalla since like the State Farm ad.
Bad choices, then governments, banks, schools, and corporations never have to answer for the systemic violence they enact. But that's your role as a bootlicker, as a knight, as a...
You're laughing, but that shit is low-key crazy. I can count like 3 times I've been followed in a store. Bro, nobody else has to go through this shit.
Yeah,
it's
man.
funny, but it ain't SMH.
It is. It's like, I think it's only funny just because we experience it like multiple times, where it's just kind of like, and you see skits about it, it's just like, yo, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'm gonna buy it, dude. Leave me alone, man.
Your job to ensure that these talking points never stay isolated in white conservative spaces, but circulate back into black communities as quote-unquote common sense.
Are we sure Pennywise isn't racist? I mean, the first thing he did when he woke up was go after the black kid.
I'm not gonna lie, that is true though. That is true.
You become the courier of white supremacy.
What are we watching? Some bullshit, man. We're watching some bullshit propaganda.
Dressed up in the language of tough love. Your platform becomes less about empowerment and more about enforcement, making sure that whenever structural critique arises, it gets drowned out by lectures on hustle.
I'm joking.
Morality and self-discipline. In this way, you don't just echo the system, you fortify it. We now move on to the third and final step, the one that everyone wants: platforming outrage and cashing out. Once you've amassed an audience of conservatives and gained their attention, you have to keep them hooked, and that's by feeding them non-stop outrage. Your digital platform becomes a stage show. Every tweet, reaction video, commentary, or Fox News appearance is designed to mock, scold, or call out black communities in ways that your audience finds entertaining and engaging. Police shoot another unarmed black kid? That's not tragedy, that's content. New rap song goes viral? Hell, you found some body cam footage or some random TikTok? That's your chance to rant about quote-unquote degeneracy and quote-unquote fatherless homes. You don't even need to believe it. The outrage machine doesn't care. All it requires is consistency. Social media isn't neutral. It's designed to amplify the loudest, most polarizing takes, because outrage keeps people scrolling.
Facts.
Anger is...
And that's why a lot of y'all gotta pull yourself outside of Twitter, bro. You gotta pull yourself outside of Twitter, because you will start to feel yourself like emotionally and physically just drained. It gets draining. It can fuck up your mental to where you just, oh my god, it changes your outlook on people. Like, I ain't gonna, like, that shit can make you hate. That shit gonna make you racist. I'm not gonna lie. Twitter will make you fucking racist, bro, because you're seeing a whole bunch of shit that's either super negative about you from people where you're like, oh my god, they all think this way. And now you're like, oh my god, what am I saying? Oh my god, they're all the same. They all just be hating on, oh my god, what am I doing? No.
Bro, how is Pennywise racist? He is a cosmic entity that feeds on fear. The clown doesn't have social or political views.
He was
like
joking.
racism.
He was
the clown
joking.
Appearance represents ignorance and uses human tendencies
My
to
brother,
its
my brother,
advantage.
my brother. This is one of those times where it wasn't that deep. And I promise you, I'm not just saying that because I got no argument. It was dead ass. He was joking. He was joking. It was not that deep.
Bro, my friend was driving and got pulled over for speeding, and one random question the cop said was, "So what do you guys do for a living?" Nigga, what?
At least he didn't assume. At least he asked.
It's addictive.
I just had people assume that I had to do.
No, fuck that joke. Pennywise really means something to me. Fuck Rich.
What do you mean? Pennywise means something to you? He's a fucking entity from space who eats children.
It's insane. We just had a mass shooting in Rhode Island, and it's shocking how a lot of the locals just don't care about it because the victims weren't a minority. Like, man, we're all human. It's tragic how people only care about fatalities off of color.
Wait, Rhode Island. Well, I don't know if this was Rhode Island, but I think it was like this father and son that were shooting people, and I think they were at a Jewish parade. I believe so. I can't remember. Was that it, or was that something else? That was Australia. That shit was crazy. And then at the end, I think they both got shot. I don't know if they were downed or if they died, but there was another guy that went up. I don't know what the fuck this nigga was thinking, but he went up and was like, he was trying to say that, yo, they're down. And then the cops pressed him thinking he was part of the fucking shooting. And I'm like, dude, why would you even put yourself, why would you go up there and, like, you should not even be doing that shit, bro. Like, I don't know. He was tripping, but the dad died. The son is in critical condition. What the fuck?
And every platform has figured out that controversy is the most reliable fuel for engagement. The more rage you induce, the more visibility you get. The more visibility you get, the more your audience grows.
And I'm noticing that, bro. I'm noticing that a lot with definitely, especially streamers. With these clips, with they feel the need to have a take on literally any and everything. It doesn't matter. Any and everything. They don't care. Because that shit's gonna get clipped. That's just gonna get them viewers. Even if it's a negative reaction, bitch, they're still talking about me. Who cares? And it's just gonna keep going and going and going. I can't tell you how many clips that I see of someone talking about something that is like I think they purposely just try to have the worst take. It's like they try to have the worst take that could be like, oh my God, make people on Twitter mad and just keep it going. It's smart, yes. It's a smart business tactic, but god damn, like, how can you deal with this shit every fucking day of just finding some shit to just yap about? I don't know, like, I don't know, man.
And the bigger your audience, the bigger your paycheck.
And it's just the fact, it would be different if it was just like, they're genuinely just wanting to talk about it. It just be stupid shit with bad takes that don't even make sense sometimes. I'm like, okay, this is intentional. This has got to be intentional.
The danger of this sensationalist slop is that it doesn't just stay online. It seeps into how entire communities are perceived. When algorithms reward these hollow, solutionless critiques of quote-unquote ghetto culture, broken families, or violent youth, those images become the shorthand for blackness in the wider public imagination. Politicians cite them
Pennywise did say to Will Dad on the phone, dark meat tastes sweeter. Not say race, but definitely got a preference, lol.
Oh my God, he did say that. Wait. Now we got to circle back because he did say that.
justify harsher policing. Employers use them as excuses not to hire. Teachers absorb them as biases against their own students. And worst of all, they drown out the real diversity, complexity, and humanity of Black life. The spectacle of outrage becomes the dominant story, a loop of shame and scolding that reduces millions of people. Becomes the dominant story, a loop of shame and scolding that
Yo, I'm just looking at I'm just looking at
reduces millions.
We're cooked cause it's not just attention seekers anymore. You can make a legit bag off rage baiting.
MLK is a fraud. But it's like, the thing is, it's the internet hypes stuff like this up. Like, when you do something and say something as crazy as this, people see it as like, wow, finally someone said it. There's those people that are like, oh my gosh, finally someone said it. And the comments are filled with, you got the balls to do what other people are scared to do. No, you got the balls to do what people, you know, what people aren't stupid to do, because this would be stupid to do. This is
not
dumb.
Racist, he just calling them sweet. Take it in a good way. Word to bro, rich a bitch.
Yo, you're no way you're sliding this hard for fucking Pennywise, bro.
Of people to the worst stereotypes for clicks and profits. What looks like content is actually cultural warfare, and every time it goes viral, it tightens the grip of white supremacy under the guise of quote-unquote honest critique.
And I hate the fact that because of what other niggas is doing, now I'm gonna look at a certain way because of what other niggas is doing. Like, oh my gosh, bro.
But at the end of the day, that's the whole point of a clip. If they see a black voice saying these things, it doesn't just confirm their biases, it sanctifies it. Suddenly, racist talking points don't look racist anymore. They look like truth because they're being delivered by someone who looks like the people being attacked. This is why media platforms love trotting these figures out. A Fox News panel on crime doesn't hit the same without a black commentator ready to scold their own community.
Oh my God.
A conservative op-ed about culture carries more weight when it's being penned by someone black. Even liberal outlets will platform these voices under the guise of quote-unquote balance, letting their audience consume stereotypes without guilt. The cycle is complete. Your outrage content feeds algorithms grow your audience makes you marketable to media outlets, and those outlets recycle your rhetoric into policy debates. In the end, your face becomes the mask white supremacy wears when it wants to speak with a black voice. However, if you've already made it this—
Hold on, let's say that again. Say that again, please, bro. How long is this video? Well, it's an hour long, but like I said, there's a lot to talk about.
I'm starting to believe it's fake numbers that engage with this content to shift the narrative amongst real people.
I think it's working, bro. Yeah, I think it's working, dude.
Your rhetoric into policy debates. In the end, your face becomes the mask white supremacy wears when it wants to speak with a black voice. However, if you've already made it this far to step 3, none of that should matter to you. You've already won. It's now time to cash out and enjoy the fruits of your labor. You've built a brand, secured media appearances, signed book deals, maybe even landed a podcast or a think tank fellowship. The damage to your community is irrelevant because the incentives don't reward care, they reward consistency. So what? Other black folks might call you a— who cares? You got paid at the end of the day. They didn't. You put in the work to get to where you are, and that work definitely paid off. You made a career deliberately spreading harmful, inaccurate narratives about your own people for the sake of white approval and dollars, and did a damn good job with it. But there's still
people who've gotten addicted to hot takes. I've seen many people call content creators terrible because they have lukewarm takes. Like you have to say something problematic.
Yeah.
Also, fuck Tom Cruise won't forget when he called you nigger.
Yo.
Kevin Gates' main account, I saw that message. I can assure you I am not replying to myself. Hashtag wish Rish was brutally murdered instead of tat we could seen.
What? And then I seen people, it's to the point where if you're not one of those people who have hot takes or are constantly just, your opinion sparks controversy, you're known as, they call you a fence sitter. Like they said Moist Critical just says the most basic shit. He says the most basic shit and has no real opinion. It's like, oh my, or like maybe he just don't gotta say crazy shit. Like what? I don't know. You know, I don't watch all his opinions on shit, but like not every opinion needs to be this crazy opinion that a lot of people got to disagree with. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know, I don't know, because maybe he do say shit that's like, maybe he don't really say the whole thing, but How are you mad because a nigga's not saying enough? Like, on his opinion and shit. But that shit working though. That shit working though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Either way, you can't win, bro. Either way, they gonna get mad, bro. Kaisenat made a post and said, yeah, he's reading more, and shit was like, what? Nigga go on a break and read one book, think he the messiah.
Do you think it is harsh to put the burden of being a good voice for the people on the individuals? Cause I'm one black man. I feel I shouldn't have to represent a part of the community as a whole, but that's how people outside will see it.
Do you feel like it is harsh to put the burden of being a good voice for the people on an... Yeah, I feel like that's unnecessary. You don't have to be a role model. Like, that's what I be telling people. I'm not trying to be a role model. I'm not here to be a role model. You shouldn't feel the need to be like an example. You should live the life that you want to live. And if it's a good one, worth people like giving people insight, then it is what it is. The life that you live, the person that you truly are, that just shows who you are. You can't pretend to be somebody. Like, you can try, but people always see through the cracks. Just be who you are. And if that happens to inspire people, then it does. You don't have to try to inspire people. Like me personally, I'm not here to try to inspire people. I'm not here to say that I'm the perfect example of how to be a normal fucking human being. I'm not even saying I'm the perfect person to show like how you be in a perfect relationship. But the life that I'm living, the way that I live, the opinions that I have, the experiences that I've been through, like, I'm very, very happy with my relationship. And that's led to a very, very long relationship. I'm very, very happy with what I do as a job and the things that I talk about. And I'm here still 10 years later, and it's my full-time job. And I'm able to not only take care of myself, but my wife and my sister and, my son. So,
this how they was doing, Kai.
As long as I feel like when you're trying to do something and you're forcing it, people see through it all the time. But if you're just being yourself.
Topic. I've seen so many people bothered that Kai Cenat said he has been struggling with mental health. Because he has money, he shouldn't be struggling.
Oh my God, that's a conversation.
Disappointing to see broke niggas talk about a life they'd never experience once again.
That's a whole nother conversation I want to get into, but we'll do it another time because this is already long enough. But if you were pretending to be somebody else, people are gonna see through the cracks. But if you are just yourself, people are gonna see things in you that you don't see in yourself, because that's just you being you. You don't see it as like you're trying to do something. They notice something and picked it up and are inspired by that. And you don't even know it because you're not trying. That's just who you are. That's how it should be.
Unresolved question, one that we asked at the very beginning of this video. Was any of this worth it? Was the platform, the paycheck, the fleeting applause of an audience that never truly wanted you worth the price of your self-respect?
To some people, yes, because money is everything, bro. And that ties back into the whole Kai Cenat thing. People saying that, why is he having mental problems if he's getting all this money? Money can't change how you feel.
My fault for interrupting. Hope you're
mentally
having a great day.
Money can like give you that little dopamine hit when you purchase something, but after that, when you're sitting alone in your house and shit like that, and you just start actually sitting there thinking, then what? You're gonna pay your brain to relax. You're gonna look at like you're gonna look at a rack and be like, stop being sad, stop being sad. Talk to me, man. Talk to me, Benjamin. Like, no, it's in your head, dude. It's in your head. I always say money doesn't buy happiness. It buys you things to make you happy, but it can't buy happiness. Like, you can buy a girl. You can't. That don't mean she has to be in love with you. Like, you can buy all these things that don't mean anything in your mind, bro. Like, it is what it is. Chat, when I say buy a girl, no, not human traffic. I'm talking about like gold diggers. Like, you can get a gold digger. She can love you for what you can do for her, but bro, she's not gonna love you for you, bro. Like, she's not gonna she gonna go to the next nigga that got way more money, bro. Way more bread, bro.
Because here's the truth, a seat at the table is never guaranteed. And even
this how they was doing Kai.
Man, I got so much shit to say like about that Kai shit, but I feel like I already said I had said enough before with the fucking streamer thing. I'm sure there'll be a topic later that comes up and I'm gonna talk about it, but
the fuck? Man, you lying, son.
Did you see that Miles dissed Fantano? On everyone's Twitch accounts it's diss track of the decade.
Your name is ImDOntai's left eyebrow. There's not a thought going on in that brain of yours, is it?
You for real? My nigga, you reading a book? You think you better than me, my nigga? Man, hey, what up? This nigga reading a book.
What up?
Nigga trying to improve his life.
I was low-key noticing the stress in Kai's face since Streamer University he was going through it.
I mean, bro, you gotta think about it. If you doing all this stuff and people are like, bro, he just did Mafia 3, like what? He just got all this money. What is he niggas was literally hating on Mafia 3. Saying that, oh my god, why are we hyping this up? All he did was beg and blah, blah, blah. Oh my god, Mafia 2 was better. The first Mafia was better. If you put on what you feel is like one of your greatest achievements, Mafia 3, hitting 1 million subs and shit like that, and all you see is people talking shit about it, it's like, how are you left to feel after that? It's like, okay, what the fuck do I do then? What is the next thing I even do? What is the point? They complained about the Streamer University. They complained about the Mafia-thon. What can I even do for them to just like, oh my god, just be happy? It doesn't matter. It's like at that point you just, I mean, I could only imagine what is going on in his head, bro. You just can't win. You literally can't win.
Even if you do manage to secure one, don't fool yourself. You're not getting served. You're the entertainment. You're the product.
Envy is the thief of joy.
Envy is the thief of joy. Zed with the $100 donation. Envy is definitely the thief of joy, and I think that's what a lot of this is, bro.
Why are you talking trash about my twin on the other side? We on your face, bro?
Did you just change your name to ImDOntai's right eyebrow? Are you fucking serious? You got too much time and too much money to be playing around like this.
You're the proof they point to.
Yo, Z, thank you so much for $100, the $100 donation, bro, for real.
So they don't have to change. That's the real cost of cooning. And it's a bill that always comes due. But let's actually explore this. What happens to when Massa no longer needs them to serve them? Do we...
Are we here too, my nigga?
You gotta be kidding me.
Welcome them back with open arms after spending their entire career spreading harm? Even better, what about the rest of us? Or not, how do we navigate the trap of needing to play into white sensibilities without ending up like these clowns? Enough tap dancing. Time to take the shoes off.
Oh no,
this can't be.
It says I'm 102% African with a 2% margin of error. Why, Lord? Why, Lord? Why?
This ties into what you were saying about racism earlier.
Don't actually read, but you just fucking talk needs to be studied. For white people to have such thin lips, so much bullshit is always coming out of them. So this person left this comment on my video saying that black people can be racist. I responded and said, not to white people, no, I meant race. Can be racist to white people, hope that helps. She says racism isn't exclusive to one group. Anyone can be racist, including towards white people. Racism is about prejudice based on race, not just power structures. Dismissing racism just because of someone's skin color is still harmful, no matter who it's directed at. Hope this helps. This helps about as much as JLo's career has helped the world. It doesn't help at all because it makes no fucking sense. So I responded and explained to her that racism is about power structures, and because white people are seen as the majority, they cannot experience racism. I explained that they can experience racial prejudice, but not racism, and those two things are not the same thing. I also left this photo in the comments so that she could understand the difference between racial prejudice and racism and how those two are not the same thing. And then in an attempt to further prove her point that white people can experience racism, she left this photo in my comment section.
It is possible for a person of any race to experience racism if someone treats them badly for this reason, even white people. But this definition of racism leaves out one crucial element: the power structures that uphold you know the word, racism.
Stinko, but I'm going to hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this. This quite literally just proved my point. Like, Elizabeth, please.
Oh my gosh, bro. This is why I love our culture. This is why I really do, bro. I got an itchy right here on my belly.
Son, I just want to say that was an amazing.
Light mode beat my ass, bro. Was that TikTok or Instagram? I didn't change my fucking dark mode or whatever.
Amazing speech you gave. You truly are a credit to your people.
Thank you, sir. Let's get one thing straight before we go any further. You will never get a seat at the table. Not a real one. You might get invited to stand near it, maybe even handed a plate if you're lucky. But
and I think it's like when you say things like that, I don't think people understand. It's like, it's not even victim mentality. We already talked about this earlier in the video, so we're not gonna go over it again. It's just the truth. It's just unfortunately how it is. It's just unfortunately how you are seen, how you perceived. It is. It just is. It just is.
You'll never be allowed to sit down and eat without permission. That's not how this system works. It doesn't integrate you into power. It accessorizes you. You're not there to change it. You're there to make it look changed. You're the token black used to paint the illusion of equity. Black lips used to tell white lies. Truth is, tokens get spent.
67.
Token black guy. Did you? Oh my God! Don't do it! 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 Stop! 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 If you do it, you're racist. It went even. They're going even faster now. They're going even faster now.
Every single time. They parade you around until your usefulness runs out. Then they toss you aside like a campaign slogan that's gone stale. The minute your image stops being profitable, the minute your words stop aligning with their script, the second you start believing you actually earned your place instead of being placed there, that's when the mask slips and you realize you never were at the table. You were the tablecloth protecting the diners. We've seen this time and time again what happens when a bootlicker fails to shine Massa's shoes well enough, or when he finds some other happy-to-be-here Negro who can do it better. We saw this with black MAGA politicians and allies who were eager to support Trump during his campaign, only to be ditched and discarded when he won. Figures like Tim Scott, Byron Donalds, and Mark Robinson all tried to curry favor with Trump, but they weren't selected for high-profile cabinet positions. Their loyalty didn't translate into lasting political power. The same can be said with all of these conservative commentators on YouTube and TikTok. Social media personalities like Officer Tatum and Rob.
I should have just read the name and clock and then just fucking disregarded.
Smith were willing to get on all fours to defend and worship white conservatives and their policies, but that worship never saved them from hate crimes.
As a Christian who went to Israel, I spent 2 weeks there with the church, and we had an incredible time. We had only one incident where a small child spit on one of the pastors, and immediately after there was an adult that came by and said, "That's not a representation of who we are. You know, we love you guys. You guys are always welcome here." And I have to say, no adults gave us.
Just think, if the kid did that, what do you think, where do you think that never mind, bro. Like, I don't know how you don't see, like, how it adds up.
Any grief. We had no issues whatsoever in our experience there. It was actually an amazing experience.
This spot, bro, if I'm at a event or some shit, and some little white kid comes up to me and was like, "Hey," I'm be like, which one is your parents? Which one of these people are your parents? Cause you don't even get the fuck out of my face. Where's this little boy's parents, bro? Cause you're the problem. I want to have a word with you.
Mindless Negro literally gets spat on, and his first instinct is to thank them for only spitting on him once.
Like, the bar. Polo dropped. Maybe this will change the world. Wait, what time is it? Oh, bro, you got me thinking it's like 12 or something.
Rob had to find out the hard way that folks who dislike both the black and LGBTQ communities might have a problem with him being a black gay Republican.
Oh my God, look at that, I got some fans. Gay sex, gay sex. America first, America first.
Wow. Yo, chat was already saying it. One, you're black, right? And then you're gay. Like, bro, you just asking to get bullied. Like, you asking for this. You're asking for it.
America first. I was in Phoenix, Arizona for an event called America Fest, which is held by Turning Point USA. I went to this event because I saw that a lot of other conservative influencers would be there, and I had no idea that it was going to be infested with these people.
I had no idea the leopards would eat my face. Imagine spending years kissing ass just to get hate crimed at a rally. And then there's the queen of conservative tokenism herself, Candace Owens. For years, she served as the Daily Wire's black mouthpiece, their go-to for packaging bigotry as quote-unquote common sense. As long as she stuck to the script, she was golden. But the minute she went off script, the minute she called out the Israeli state for committing a genocide, she too saw how much a spent token was really worth: unemployment. Her usefulness expired and lost her job at the Daily Wire. Their black mouthpiece no longer was singing the right notes.
Wow.
Crazy part is, she didn't even learn her lesson. A few weeks ago, she gave a heartfelt tribute to her dear friend Charlie Kirk. I genuinely believe she was one of the closest friends and colleagues that this hateful piece of shit had. Which makes it even funnier when she didn't get invited to speak at his memorial. But you know what she did get used for? To prove that he wasn't racist because he had black friends.
This video, bitch. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This shit is like clockwork. Wow. That is hilarious. Cause bro, I have not seen her more than when there was like an argument and when he passed and stuff like that. They were spamming pictures of them together, bro. They were spamming pictures of them together.
Friends. And don't think you can just rebrand.
Tripping. I seen the movie. You be
Hey guys, I just got here. What are we talking about?
Fence-sitting white guy. Okay.
and get welcomed back in with open arms by the very community you spent years disrespecting. It's not that easy. And before any of you start caterwauling, I thought you were supposed to be pro-black. Yes, that doesn't apply to independent thinkers. So much for the tolerant left. Let's get one thing straight, Mr. Independent Thinker. No community is obligated to embrace you after you built an entire career profiting off of lies that made their lives hard.
This nigga IRL Huey. Yo, it'd be fire if like... Well, I don't know how it would change the theme of the video. It would have to be restructured, but if he did have like the kind of angel and devil shit where it's just Huey and Riley going back and forth about this shit.
You had no problem demonizing struggling families, mocking victims of police violence, or gaslighting your own people on national TV. You weren't thinking independently, you were—
Yeah, nigga, like, I hear what you saying, but man, man, I don't know. This shit gay.
Selling your integrity for engagement. And now when the checks stop coming in and your handlers move on, you want grace from the same folks.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little sexy red, nigga. You hating.
You told to pull themselves up by their bootstraps? Hell no. That's called consequences. What you need to do is work harder and take some personal accountability, then maybe we'll let you back in. But what if you're not that far gone? What if you're not some morally bankrupt opportunist, and instead just a regular person with some conservative leanings? This is for the black moderates, the socially conservative black folks, the churchgoers, the we just need to do better crowd. The ones who might not be but are standing close enough to this rhetoric to sometimes fall for it when it's dressed up in pretty words. I get it, you want order, stability, and safety in our communities.
But people be finding that they find that in the wrong places. Like sometimes it's like that thing where somebody's talking about something and it's something you don't agree with, but they say like something that you can agree with within what they're saying, and so like you nod. But some people see that and be like, oh my god, all of this is true. It's like, yo, this come on now, this is not it, bro. This is not it.
You're tired of the chaos, the economic instability, the communal violence that at times can feel inescapable, the constant feeling like we're fighting uphill battles that never end. But I need you to understand, conservatism has never been the answer. It has never, in almost the 300 years of this nation's existence, once improved the material conditions of black people. Not once. Not during abolition, not during Reconstruction, not during Jim Crow, not during the war on drugs. Not now. There is no empirical data, no policy, no administration, no economic period where black conservatism resulted in measurable liberation. It doesn't happen because it's not designed to happen. Conservatism's entire function is to preserve existing hierarchies, not dismantle them. Regardless of how much you try to modify your behavior or existence, them being in charge will always result in you being in a subservient role. It doesn't matter how much money you achieve, status you obtain, or how well behaved you are. The thing that you are conserving are the things that keep them in power. So, let me ask again, what exactly is it you're trying to conserve? It can't be the black family, as it was conservative policies that tore black families apart. The same legislation that escalated surveillance, criminalized poverty, and funneled black men into prisons at historic rates. It was conservative welfare reforms that punished single mothers, cut public assistance, and destabilized entire households under the guise of responsibility. It can't be economically, as those agendas have continuously widened racial wealth gaps and stripped wealth from black communities at every turn. And it damn sure ain't socially conservative. Black people have been the most socially progressive demographic for the past 80 years. We've been at the cornerstone of every social and civil rights movement, despite a large portion of us being deeply entrenched in traditional views of religion and Christianity. We've never been conservative. Not fiscally, not socially, never. Rejecting conservatism is the key to advancing our community, and this doesn't mean you have to be a liberal or a Democrat. And
holy shit, bro, that whole thing was just, oh my god. Hold on. Dante, what's your take on black people making fun of and harassing like street vendors that's just trying to provide for their families? You see a lot of these videos. It's like the internet. I hate. I don't mean to come at you, but I hate. I'm gonna say it. Retarded ass questions like this. It's so dumb. It's so dumb to me. I don't know if it's like trying to prove a point about something or what it is, but it's a question that has such an obvious answer. It's like, why the fuck are you asking me? What do I think about people harassing people? Nigga, think about how you would feel. Think about how you would feel, and that's my answer. If somebody's just minding their business and someone fucks with them, that is my answer. Like, I'm sorry, it's just such a it's such a retarded question that it just infuriates me, because what is the goal of asking it? It's like, Dante, what are your thoughts when these black kids are stealing Kias? like, what do you think? Like, I don't know if you think that because I speak so highly of black culture, you think that I'm gonna defend this shit, and that's like supposed to be like a gotcha moment. Bitch, this is using your brain. If something is bad, it's bad. If some shit sounds dumb, it's dumb. I'm sorry.
ImDOntai, how do you feel about people dying and burning to spontaneous combustion? Do you support it?
Like that was such a retarded question. I'm sorry, but like that was so stupid, bro. I don't mean to call you stupid, but that was a dumbass question. I'm gonna say that was a dumbass question. Use your fucking brains, okay? I know it's hard. Use your brain, use deductive reasoning, and then come to a conclusion. And then don't ask me that stupid shit again, bitch.
In fact, far
I apologize.
From it. Let's be clear, I do not like the Democratic Party. Both sides of the establishment are just two sides of the same.
Bro, the worst part of that comment is that he deadass just asked you, would you say that's part of black culture nowadays? WTF. Nah, call that nigga stupid.
So that just actually confirmed my theory that you went into this just trying to get like a gotcha moment. Okay, yeah, you're retarded. Thanks. Also, thank you for the money, stupid bitch.
Coin. They give the illusion of choice. Everything we've attributed.
So love your content, been supporting since freshman year, and I just finished my first semester of college. Yo, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. It's like, yo, how you talking? Like, how you send me that and talk shit? And it's like, you're here though, and I bet you watch all these other black creators too. I bet you use their lingo. Like, oh my god, you're a buffoon. You're a buffoon.
To these tap dancing, self-hating black conservatives can
go watch one of these dudes, bro. That's who you need to be watching. Go watch one of these dudes, bro.
As easily be applied to a lot of these black liberals. Democrats might tokenize you with symbolism and dangle progress over your head like a carrot on a stick, while Republicans just do it with more open contempt. Both serve the same capitalist system that keeps you tired, underpaid, over-surveilled, and underrepresented, using you as electoral props only to discard you in favor of lobbyists and donors. Neither one of these are on your side, but we need to get rid of this foolish mentality that just because the Democratic Party continues to fail us time and time again, that we all need to suddenly become conservatives. That's like disarming one bomb, then immediately strapping 10 more to your chest. Instead of doing the bare minimum of searching for an electoral candidate to magically solve all our problems every 4 years, we collectively as black Americans need to reject blind loyalty to the two-party system and start to invest in direct action. Usually on every video, I have people who try to leave these gotcha comments.
Oh my god, you mean like this fucking idiot that was like, yo, what do you think about this? Do you think it's just a black...
ImDOntai. Been watching you for a while and you helped me through some tough times. Just finished my first semester of medical school and you helped keep me mentally sound through it. You're a real one.
Yo, I appreciate you. Yo, shout out to the people in the medical field. Shout out to the people that are in the medical field that are going to be police officers and firefighters, because yo, I just gotta respect, bro. Respect, man.
Pillboy, you missed something. You forgot to explain this. Only for me to address and explain it later in the video. They don't want to sit and watch the entire video before getting their rocks off in the comments, which is usually why I get bullshit comments like, no solutions? So you're just complaining but providing no solutions? Well, this is for you. The only way to meaningfully improve the lives of black Americans is by changing the system shaping our lives, that being capitalism. The same system that depends on inequality and scarcity to function. The quote-unquote
I work at Amazon, I be shipping your packages, nigga. Can I get a shout out?
Damn, bruh. Thank you.
The same system that depends on inequality and scarcity to function. The quote-unquote cultural problems that people like to blame, behavior, choices, norms, are just reflections of larger structural forces, and every time you interrupt them, when resources are decommodified, when communities gain ownership, when public services are fully funded, these so-called cultural problems disappear right along with the conditions that produce them. And this is not some theory, we have decades of data to back this up. Let's start with crime. Most high violence neighborhoods, they map out almost perfectly onto areas of concentrated poverty, eviction,
nah, fuck cops. Nah, it's like, that's the thing where it's It's like what you want to stop happening to you, but you're doing it to police officers. Yes, there are bad cops. Yes, there are cops who take advantage of the power that they have. That's not all of them, though. Like, they literally, if something happens to you, you're gonna call the police, my nigga. You're not fucking Liam Neeson. You're not going to fucking avenge shit, bro. You're calling the fucking police. Let's be honest, all right? So, yeah, you can't just be like, yo, fuck all cops, blah, 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 blah. Like, come on now.
Employment and state abandonment. The violence doesn't decline just because people start quote-unquote acting right. It declines when you change the environment. We saw this in both Baltimore's Park Heights and Cherry Hills neighborhoods. The Safe Streets program cut homicides by 56% and non-fatal shootings by 34%. In New York City, Cure Violence ran similar initiatives in Bronzeville, East New York, and South Jamaica, all areas with some of the city's highest poverty and segregation rates. They saw a 14%.
Yeah, I'm not excusing cops at all. I don't think I'm just like, yo, guys, leave the cop. Like, no, like, a lot of them deserve that shit, but come on now. I mean, I've had bad experiences, but I'm just not going to put that on every single and just assume every single, cop is a fucking asshole or some shit.
Average reduction in shootings, translating roughly.
But I do keep my guard up just in case, because you never know. You never know.
It's about 1,300 shootings prevented over a decade. Chicago's West Garfield Park, Inglewood, and North Lawndale neighborhoods saw significant declines when community members, not police, mediated conflicts and provided support. Across 27 predominantly black low-income neighborhoods studied nationally, 68% of outcomes showed measurable, statistically significant violence reductions. These programs didn't just preach morality, they directly addressed poverty, trauma, and instability. Outreach workers connected high-risk young men to paid transitional jobs, GED programs, rental assistance, and emergency cash support.
Bros giving out information, stats, sources, and all this shit. And I know there's gonna be someone that comes across this video, probably sees like the first 5 minutes and is like, oh brother, he's one of them, bro. Like, just a victim mentality. Literally everything he breaks down like a scientist. Literally everything he breaks down like a scientist just to fucking get dismissed by. But those are the people that don't even, like, you are never going to get to them in the first place, so it's whatever.
Provided on-call crisis counseling, responding to shootings to prevent retaliation. They walked families through trauma responses at neighborhood clinics. They gave risk residents access to stable, long-term employment, as well as resources to treatment. And as a result, the violence dropped. When violence decreases and stability increases, you start to see it affect education. Not because kids gain better values,
but wanted to say thanks for your vid about your first copyright strike. I got a strike claim and age restricted on different vids all in the same week, so I'm going through it even though I'm in the right. Seeing you persevere in spite of that is helpful.
Yo, I was literally watching your video earlier. I was watching the video that you had put up about the shit, and I was just like, yo, I know this all too well, and you're dealing with record labels. They're the worst people to deal with because they don't care. They're fucking, if you would think they're running out of money, which they fucking must be, because they squeeze every cent that they can find out of anything that they can search, and it doesn't matter what it is. It can be 2 seconds. It could be you humming a song. It could be anything. These niggas is thirsty. Like, it's terrible.
Because their environment stops punishing them for being poor. Take Cincinnati's West End, Evanston, and Avondale neighborhoods, for example. When schools shifted to the community schools model, they didn't lecture students about responsibility, they removed the barriers that made a healthy learning environment impossible. Schools...
This reminds you of this.
What would you say is the overall...
Oh my gosh, this is a... This is classic. This, yo, if you have not seen Dave Chappelle, you got to fucking watch it, dude. You've got to fucking watch it. That's a goddamn classic, man.
Became resource hubs, free meals, healthcare, dental care, trauma counseling, attendance support, social workers, transportation help, after-school programs, arts programs, family resource centers. The results were immediate. Graduation rates jumped from 51% to 88%. Absenteeism fell, and behavioral issues collapsed. Why? Not because the culture magically changed or because kids didn't want to be like rappers anymore, but because the conditions did. New York City saw the same pattern across Harlem, South Bronx, Bronzeville, and Central Brooklyn. Community schools produced a 24% drop in chronic absenteeism, a 10% increase in credit accumulation, and sharp declines in suspensions. Oakland Unified told the same story in East Oakland and Fruitvale. Restorative justice addressed behavioral treatment, not punishment. Graduation rates rose, and students that were once labeled disruptive became high performers once their trauma was met with care instead of cops. And why does this magically work? Because the root problem that conservatives blame on thug culture was just a symptom. It was about hunger, housing instability, untreated health issues.
I feel real helpless with everything RN, but I gotta remember that what I have RN is nothing compared to what I can achieve. This happened to you, Moist Critical Corey Kinshine, and y'all didn't let it stop y'all, and y'all are winning greatly in spite of it.
Yeah, you just gotta
I just wanted to say you are me and my girlfriend's favorite content creator to watch together. Been watching since 5th grade and am graduating high school this year. Huge inspiration to me. You think you could wish my GF Kenzie Merry Christmas? She watching.
Yo, Kenzie, Merry motherfucking Christmas. Damn, 5th grade? What the fuck? I feel real hopeless and everything, but right now I gotta remember what I have. Right now is nothing compared to what I can achieve. Facts, bro. It's like you said, there's been a lot of creators that have been put in that position where you think, oh my God, like, I'm going to lose everything. Because it's only 3 and then you're done. So you get that one, it's like, oh great, two more left and it's over. But this is how it is on YouTube, unfortunately. You'll be good, bro. Trust me, you'll be good, man. But also, if you're going to do YouTube full time, if that's what you're trying to do, don't put everything into one basket. Try different things for revenue and shit like that, because you just never know, especially with YouTube and the direction it's going with this AI bullshit.
Trauma and the stress of poverty. And when you address those conditions, you see performance rise because students finally have the material stability required to show up and succeed. What's powerful is how these domains reinforce one another once the material foundation changes. When families have stable housing, children experience fewer interruptions in schooling. When parents aren't drowning in financial anxiety, the household becomes calmer, and the likelihood of youth involvement in violence falls. When schools have resources and provide restorative responses, young people receive care instead of criminalization, keeping them in classrooms and out of the pipeline that destabilizes communities.
That's why it'd be so funny when people try to clown people for growing up in like a suburban neighborhood or some shit like that. It's like, yo, this is not a bad thing. It's like, I'm so grateful that I can raise Demir in an environment to where he doesn't have to watch his back as much in terms of just how it is outside
crime
of the fucking house in the neighborhood.
Because economic survival is no longer scarce, neighborhoods become safer, local institutions strengthen, and networks of mutual support grow. Improvements in one area cause downstream improvements in the others, because they were never separate problems to begin with. They were different manifestations of the same structural root. And
I'm legit trying to do that for my son, but it's damn hard being a small creator. Yeah, man. But it's not always I feel like whatever is meant to happen is gonna happen, bro. Like your mind, the fact that your mind is on just trying to do something for your son, the direction that you're doing it and the way that you're trying to do it may not work out, but it may lead to something that's even better than that than you could even imagine.
I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and if I raise my kids here, I ain't letting them go to the broke-ass public schools, lol.
Bro, it's crazy how much you gotta worry about now. It's like, God damn. Like, you gotta think about schools, the neighborhood, and, like, all this shit, man. It's kind of annoying.
Mind you, these conservative pundits know this. It's why you never see them talk policy or any sort of meaningful programs or initiatives that offer hands-on-the-ground support for our communities. They know the minute you address the real concerns, the money bag goes away. When I posted the humorous teaser to this video last month, I had a lot of comments like this that tried to take the centrist approach. Maybe it's policy and culture. I mean, Pillboy, those conservatives have some points. But if you actually wanted to see these issues resolved, you'd get to the real meat of the problem. They're not doing that. That's because real systemic solutions don't pay the bills. These hollow, surface-level critiques are not going to solve anything. The truth is unavoidable. Fixing the system produces better outcomes than lecturing individuals ever has. Crime declines when neighborhoods are materially supported. Education improves when students' basic needs are met. Family stability strengthens when capitalism's pressures are lifted. The system is the root. The culture is merely the echo, and every measurable improvement we have comes from addressing the former. This is what real community accountability looks like. Supporting the people who need help, stepping in to protect our neighborhoods when the system abandons us. We talk all the time about saving our communities, about wanting safer streets, better schools, and stronger families, but this is what actually produces that. You can spend all day lecturing kids to avoid gangs and crime, which you should, but unless you're also engaging in steps to substantially improve the conditions that led them down these paths to begin with, you're not accomplishing anything.
Yeah, it's like a cycle, bro. Because if someone doesn't have money, and the only way they can get the items they need that cost money is stealing, they're gonna do that. Now you may say, get a job. A lot, believe it or not, but companies, there are people that literally won't hire you because of your name and how you look. And if people aren't hiring you because of how you look, then what are you supposed to do? Bro, get a haircut, get a suit, and then, maybe they'll hire you. Well, the thing is, to get a haircut and a suit and all that, you need money. And if you don't have money, there's only one way to get money. If you don't have it and you have no access to it. And it's just a cycle. And that's what it means by it's like that their situation, bro.
Also,
it's like
first and second time donating. I've been watching since I was in like the 6th grade and I saw a reaction to the King's Dead freestyle. Much love, bro.
Yo, much love, bro. Shout out to that era of music, man. That shit was so amazing. Fucking Juice WRLD, Trippie Redd, motherfucking XXXTentacion.
Mind you, like I said earlier, these are not some easy one-step fix to decades, if not centuries, of systemic neglect and design. But understand when problems are being addressed with actual solutions and tangible data in mind versus hollow, regurgitated talking points that only serve to placate white supremacy. It's the linchpin of all the banes that continue to plague us. And so long as it exists, there will always be black folks willing to defend it, out of ignorance, out of profit, or most times both. Just know that choosing the latter always comes with a price tag, and whether or not you can afford the cost afterwards is a choice that's up to you.
PlayStation 2. Ooh. Oh.
Fuck out of here.
As I bled to death, as my very life oozed out of me, all I could think of was something the great Negro James Baldwin had written. People pay for what they do, and still more for what they have allowed themselves to become. And they pay for it very simply by the lives they lead. Maybe Baldwin was right. Maybe he was wrong. But as my father often told me, always keep 'em laughing.
Very unsettling. Yo, Pillboy. Amazing fucking video. And I know I was yapping, but I told y'all that I had a lot to say on this. But I hope the main thing that I hope, because I feel like this topic has been coming up a lot in the recent light of things, or in light of recent things that have been going on. I just hope that, someone sees this who's probably had a certain mentality and it just not changes them, but at least made them think. At least made the cells in their brain like just tap a little bit to where they're like, oh. Even if they're like, oh. Well, I mean, still doesn't change. Even at least there was that moment. At least there was that moment that they were like, you know, it's just gotta chip away at it. You just gotta chip away at it, all right? Just gotta chip away at it, and then, you know. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and this video is just gonna go through, like, it goes through one ear, out the other. Some people, it doesn't even hit the feed, and we just continue the cycle and things like that. But we have to be the bigger person, okay? We have to be the bigger person, and I love how I look over at the side on YouTube at my thumbnails, and it's fucking Avengers Doomsday, fucking more shit from the fucking, like, that'll be fucking spoilers. I love it. I fucking love it, bro. Ugh, YouTube fucking creators. I fucking can't stand these niggas. God damn, anything for a fucking bag. Have some goddamn decency, bitch. Like, the trailer would officially actually just be out. The movie, the Avatar movie just dropped today, bitch. It's not that serious. Okay, anyway. Anyway, man, that'd be a video.